We are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Alien Spaceship stream. You could be watching from anywhere around the country or the world, and I really appreciate every single one of you. Coming to you from the Spaceship Studios from a galaxy far, far away. And there was a trial today, and there was a guilty verdict, and many people in trial chat were watching it, and I was seeing it today in different parts. And also, what we're doing now is switching over to the other screen, right here. Go this way. I'm going to put this down here. Right. Hello everybody, it is me, Alien Spaceship. Hope everybody's doing well. It was a very interesting day today, seeing those streams with the trial verdict. Wait. Alright, so it was very interesting seeing that happen today. Sometimes it is... Well, hello Moki, glad that you're here. Hello Abby. Okay, hello everybody. Aloha, Do. Alright. So, we're going to be unpacking this. And yeah, with the trial today, it is quite interesting that it was a guilty verdict. It was interesting that it came in at all today, because a lot of times with trials you don't have verdicts. They sometimes don't do that. It was the mom helped plot murder. It was Shia, Angie. Okay, so going over that a little bit. Let's see, which for a little bit, I should say. Mokes, Do. Oh, hello, Alien. Yes, it's always great to see you, Abby. All right, so going to take this out. Chrome. Oh, hi and bye, Cat TV. Always glad to see you. Okay, shout out to the Spaceship Cats. Wanted to show this other screen. Okay, going to capture this other window, which is going to be right here. Alright, shout out to the Spaceship Cats. Okay. I'm going this way. Alright, the mother found guilty in aiding son of Pensacola home. Moki says harsh verdict. Okay. I remember in the chat, coffee, buy me some coffee, was saying that she harsh but correct though in Florida law. Okay, I'll play the verdict again. All right, we're going to play the verdict. Just got to go over here, go this way, going down here.
Back to August the 11th.
This is, going to the part that Moki requested. Right here.
Okay. So, does eventually he...
Verdict.
Yeah, and Moki was saying that most people got an ad during the verdict. I hate when that happens. That, as I said, I understand YouTube is doing its thing to try to make money and stuff like that, but I do also think it's important to have a good user experience, and there could be a way you could do both at the same time, but y'all will see something like that in some point in the future, another type of application. But for now, yeah, playing an ad, yeah, I can see that's annoying, because YouTube's trying to pressure people to buy their premium version. We are playing the verdict from earlier, from a couple of
Defense
like
ready to proceed
less than
at
20
this
minutes
point?
ago.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. My understanding is we have a verdict. Any reason we cannot take the verdict at this point? State? Defense? Okay. I know we've had a number of individuals in and out of the courtroom throughout the course of the trial, and I'd just like to caution everyone, if you do not believe you're not going, if you do not believe you can control yourself when the verdict is read by the clerk, I'll ask that you step out and just be mindful of the hard work of the jury the last 3 days. All right, if we can bring in the jury.
We're gonna get to it. Okay. Come on.
As to Division A versus. I'll have Madam Clerk publish the verdict.
All right, chat. We are about to play the verdict.
Ms. Agee, please rise to accept the jury's verdict.
In the Circuit Court for Escambia County, Florida, State of Florida Plaintiff versus Sheila Annette Agee Defendant, Clerk number 1723 CF 003379B, Division A, verdict. We, the jury, find as follows as to the count charged in the indictment. Count 1, guilty of principal to first-degree murder as charged. So say we all, this 6th day of August, 2025, Juror Carpenter, foreperson.
Would either party like the jury polled?
Yes, Your
Okay. Madam Clerk's going to poll you. She's going to ask you a question. If you'll just respond to her question.
Juror Carpenter, is this your individual verdict as well as the verdict of the jury as a whole?
Yes.
Juror Quadrosi, is this your individual verdict?
Yes.
Juror Edwards, is this your individual verdict?
Yes.
Juror Potter, is this your individual verdict?
Yes.
Juror Ram, is this your individual verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Juror Radat, is this your individual verdict?
Yes.
Juror Prakarsky, is this your individual verdict?
Yes.
Juror Murray, is this your individual verdict?
Yes.
Juror Dunlap, is this your individual verdict?
Yes.
Juror Olson, is this your individual verdict?
Yes.
Juror Blake, is this your individual verdict?
Yes.
And Juror Alden Coe, is this your individual verdict?
Yes. Thank you. Mr. Ackman, if you, Ms. Agee, would like to have a seat, I'm going to read the final instruction. This is the last instruction from our Supreme Court before we release you for the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to thank you for your time and consideration of this case. I also wish to advise you of some very special privileges enjoyed by jurors. No juror can ever be required to talk about the discussions that occurred in the jury room except by court order. For many centuries, our society has relied upon juries for consideration of difficult cases. We have recognized for hundreds of years that a jury's deliberations, discussions, and votes should remain their...
Yeah, you could see the attorney is shocked. Like, he's shell-shocked. Yeah. I was actually on the phone and watching this at the same time, so I needed to rewatch exactly what was said myself. But as I said, I am going to play the verdict another time, but after this plays through. But yeah, you could see the shock, definitely. Wow. Abby, yes, God bless your detective. Yes.
their private affair as long as they wish it. Therefore, the law gives you a unique privilege not to speak about the jury's work. Although you are at liberty to speak with anyone about your deliberations, you are also at liberty to refuse to speak to anyone. A request to discuss either your verdict or your deliberations may come from those who are simply curious.
Shout out to Dwayne and Sharon. Well, Dwayne, I'm so glad to see you. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you. Yeah, probe that like button, definitely. And thank you, Dwayne. I hope that y'all having a good evening, and glad that for y'all support.
From those who might seek to find fault with you from the media, from the attorneys, or elsewhere, it will be up to you to decide whether to preserve your privacy as a juror. I do want to take this opportunity to thank you for your service on Monday, yesterday, and again today. You gave 3 days of your time to help us resolve this case, and we certainly appreciate the time and consideration you've given to this case and your willingness to serve. I am going to reintroduce the attorneys. We have Ms. Bridget Myers-Jensen. She's the Chief Assistant State Attorney here in the First Judicial Circuit, and Mr. Alvin Trey Myers, and he is the Deputy Chief Assistant State Attorney here in the First Judicial Circuit for the state of Florida, and Mr. David Ackerman, who's in private practice here in Pensacola. And I always like to reintroduce them in case you wish to reach out to them. They won't reach out to you, but if you'd like to, I know when I was trying cases, I did on a few occasions have jurors contact me, and it was helpful to understand, what the discussions were in the jury room. But again, that's up to you. You're not required to do that in any way, and you can find their contact information online. And again, this will count as your jury service for the year. And we again appreciate your hard work and time and consideration this week. So on behalf of myself, the Assistant State Attorney, Defense Attorney, Defendant, we thank you. You are now free to go, and our court deputy will get you checked out. And have a nice rest of your week. Thank you.
Your Honor, based on the jury's verdict, we should proceed to sentencing today. Ms. Brooklyn's mother is here, and she would like to speak before the court in her sentencing. You want to come forward this way? Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, if you will raise your right hand for me.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, if you'll just state your name for me, ma'am.
Cornelia Sims.
Okay.
You have something to read for the judge?
I do.
Okay, please go ahead.
Webster's dictionary defines a mother as a woman who has given birth to a child, provided an egg for a child, or who has legally adopted a child. My definition of a mother is a selfless, loving human who often sacrifices many of her own wants and needs for those needs of her children. A mother makes sure that her children are equipped with knowledge, skills, and the abilities to make it as a competent human being. It has been 1 year, 11 months, and 25 days since my daughter, Brooklyn Taylor Dior Sims, was tragically taken from me. I miss my daughter. Casey lost her mama. Casey lost her dad. Casey lost her other grandmother. When I say my granddaughter does not understand, and I don't know if she ever will, what happened on August the 11th, 2023. When I say this, I'll never be the same. Try to go on for Casey's sake, but I'll never be the same. I want to thank you, Trey, Ms. Bridget. Thank the jurors. That today, Justin for Brooklyn Taylor Sims has been served.
Can I ask you one more question?
Yes.
How's Casey doing now?
She's thriving. She's getting big. At the time of the incident, Casey was 15 months. October, Casey will turn 4. She's just like Brooklyn. When I say identical, she looks like her from head to toe. She's her mom.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Your Honor,
Anybody else that wanted to be heard?
I don't believe so, Your Honor. Based on the jury's verdict, though, there's only one lawful sentence, Your Honor, and that's adjudication of guilt, life in state prison without the possibility of parole. I believe the court costs are $518, and that's all the state has, Your Honor.
I believe her credit was 722 days.
Judge, may I client would like to say something.
Yes, sir. Just 1 second.
Your Honor, I would like to say that Ms. Sims is 100% correct. I failed as a mother. I failed as a friend. And I failed as a grandmother. And it was something Brooklyn didn't deserve. There's no way I can express my sorrow to you. And I'm sorry, I don't ask for forgiveness. I don't ask for forgiveness. And I don't ask for forgiveness when you need to forgive. But I want to let you know you are a great mother. You are a great mother. You are a great grandmother. And you were a great friend. And I let you down. And I apologize from the bottom of my heart for letting you down. And I hope you strive. And I hope Casey strives. And TT, I hope you and Ada strive. And I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart. And thank you, Ms. Smith, and thank you, Mr. Trey. And thank you, Mr. David. And I am so sorry to my family. I love y'all. And Your Honor, I apologize to you as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Agee. Mr. Ackerman, anything else from you, sir?
I'm sorry.
I said, was there anything else from you?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
All right, fine.
Based on the jury's verdict finding you guilty as charged of principal to first-degree murder, I will adjudicate you guilty of that charge, sentence you to life in the Florida Department of Corrections without the possibility of parole. I believe she has credit for 722 days. Any objection to that amount of credit? And she'll be given that credit. I'll impose $518 in court cost. Madam Clerk, there's no other required cost, correct? All right, and this is the judgment and sentence of the court. You have 30 days to appeal. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you. And all financial obligations will be reduced to judgment lien. That's correct. I'll remain to observe Ms. Agee get fingerprinted, but otherwise, court is adjourned. Yeah, maybe go check and make sure. I'm fine. If y'all need to step back, then you can.
tomorrow, Judge.
I'll see you in the morning. Okay. Okay, and are you the foreperson? Yes. If you would hand the verdict form to our court deputy, I'm gonna review it, make sure.
All right, hello everybody coming in. It's very nice to see everybody, and I will say that we're replaying it again, the verdict. We're playing the whole thing again. All right, so here we go.
It's been filled out completely. Believed to be in proper order, and I'll have Madam Clerk publish the verdict. Ms. Agee, please rise to accept the jury's verdict.
In the Circuit Court for Escambia County, Florida, State of Florida Plaintiff versus Sheila Annette Agee Defendant, Clerk number 1723 CF 003379B, Division A, verdict. We, the jury, find as follows as to the count charged in the indictment. Count 1, guilty of principal to first-degree murder as charged. So say we all, this 6th day of August, 2025, Juror Carpenter, foreperson.
Would either party like the jury polled?
Yes, Your
Okay. Madam Clerk's going to poll you. She's going to ask you a question if you'll just,
Versus Sheila Annette Agee Defendant, Clerk number
believed to be in proper order, and I'll have Madam Clerk publish the verdict. Ms. Agee, please rise to accept the jury's verdict.
in the Circuit Court for Escambia County, Florida, State of Florida Plaintiff versus Sheila Annette Agee Defendant, Clerk number 1723 CF 003379B, Division A, verdict. We, the jury, find as follows as to the count charged in the indictment. Count 1, guilty of principal to first-degree murder as charged. So say we all, this 6th day of August, 2025, Juror Carpenter, foreperson.
Would either party like the jury polled?
Yes, Your
Okay. Madam Clerk's going to poll you. She's going to ask you a question if you'll just respond to her question.
Juror Carpenter, is this your individual verdict as well as the verdict of the jury as a whole?
Yes.
Juror Quadrosi, is this your individual verdict?
Yes.
Juror Edwards, is this your individual verdict?
Yes.
Juror Potter, is this your individual verdict?
Yes.
Juror Ram, is this your individual verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Juror Radat, is this your individual verdict?
Yes.
Juror Progarski, is this your individual verdict?
Yes.
Juror Murray, is this your individual verdict?
Yes.
Juror Dunlap, is this your individual verdict?
Yes.
Juror Olson, is this your individual verdict?
Yes.
Juror Blake, is this your individual verdict?
Yes.
And Juror Alden Coe, is this your individual verdict?
Yes. Thank you. Mr. Ackerman, if you, Ms. Agee, would like to have a seat, I'm going to read the final instruction. This is the last instruction from our Supreme Court before we release you for the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to thank you for your time and consideration of this case. I also wish to advise you of some very special privileges enjoyed by jurors. No juror can ever be required to talk about the discussions that occurred in the jury room except by court order. For many centuries, our society has relied upon juries for consideration of difficult cases. We have recognized for hundreds of years that a jury's deliberations, discussions, and votes should remain their private affair as long as they wish it. Therefore, the law gives you a unique privilege not to speak about the jury's work. Although you are at liberty to speak with anyone about your deliberations, you are also at liberty to refuse to speak to anyone. A request to discuss either your verdict or your deliberations may come from those who are simply curious, from those who might seek to find fault with you, from the media, from the attorneys, or elsewhere. It will be up to you to decide whether to preserve your privacy as a juror. I do want to take this opportunity to thank you for your service on Monday, yesterday, and again today. You gave 3 days of your time to help us resolve this case, and we certainly appreciate the time and consideration you've given to this case and your willingness to serve. I am going to reintroduce the attorneys. We have Ms. Bridget Myers-Jensen. She's the Chief Assistant State Attorney here in the First Judicial Circuit, and Mr. Alvin Trey Myers, and he is the Deputy Chief Assistant State Attorney here in the First Judicial Circuit for the state of Florida, and Mr. David Ackerman, who's in private practice here in Pensacola. And I always like to reintroduce them in case you wish to reach out to them. They won't reach out to you, but if you'd like to, I know when I was trying cases, I did on a few occasions have jurors contact me, and it was helpful to understand, what the discussions were in the jury room. But again, that's up to you. You're not required to do that in any way, and you can find their contact information online. And again, this will count as your jury service for the year. And we again appreciate your hard work and time and consideration this week. So on behalf of myself, the Assistant State Attorney, Defense Attorney, Defendant, we thank you. You are now free to go, and our court deputy will get you checked out. And have a nice rest of your week. Thank you.
Your Honor, based on the jury's verdict, we should proceed to sentencing today. Ms. Brooklyn's mother is here, and she would like to speak before the court in her sentencing. You want to come forward this way? Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, if you will raise your right hand for me.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, if you'll just state your name for me, ma'am.
Cornelia Sims.
Okay.
You have something to read for the judge?
I do.
Okay, please go ahead.
Webster's dictionary defines a mother as a woman who has given birth to a child, provided an egg for a child, or who has legally adopted a child. My definition of a mother is a selfless, loving human who often sacrifices many of her own wants and needs for those needs of her children. A mother makes sure that her children are equipped with knowledge, skills, and the abilities to make it as a competent human being. It has been 1 year, 11 months, and 25 days since my daughter, Brooklyn Taylor Dior Sims, was tragically taken from me. I miss my daughter. Casey lost her mama. Casey lost her daddy. Casey lost her other grandmother. When I say my granddaughter does not understand, and I don't know if she ever will, what happened on August the 11th, 2023. When I say this I'll never be the same. Try to go on for Casey's sake, but I'll never be the same. I want to thank you, Trey, Miss Bridget. Thank the jurors. That today, Justin for Brooklyn Taylor Sims has been served.
Can I ask you one more question?
Yes.
How's Casey doing now?
She's thriving. She's getting big. At the time of the incident, Casey was 15 months. October, Casey will turn 4. She's just like Brooklyn. When I say identical, she looks like her from head to toe. She's her mom.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Your Honor,
Anybody else that wanted to be heard?
I don't believe so, Your Honor. Based on the jury's verdict, though, there's only one lawful sentence, Your Honor, and that's adjudication of guilt, life in state prison without the possibility of parole. I believe the court costs are $518, and that's all the state has, Your Honor.
I believe her credit was 722 days.
Judge, may I Clyde would like to say something.
Yes, sir. Just 1 second.
Your Honor, I would like to say that Ms. Sims is 100% correct. I failed as a mother. I failed as a friend. And I failed as a grandmother. And it was something Brooklyn didn't deserve. There's no way I can express my sorrow to you. And I'm sorry, I don't ask for forgiveness. I don't ask for forgiveness. And I don't ask for forgiveness when you need a PP. But I want to let you know you are a great mother. You are a great mother. You are a great grandmother. And you were a great friend. And I let you down. And I apologize from the bottom of my heart for letting you down. And I hope you strive. And I hope Casey strives. The TT, I hope you and Ada strive. And I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart. And thank you, Ms. Smith, and thank you, Mr. Trey. And thank you, Mr. David. And I am so sorry to my family. I love y'all. And Your Honor, I apologize to you as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Agee. Mr. Ackerman, anything else from you, sir?
I'm sorry, Judge.
I said, was there anything else from you?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
All right, time.
Based on the jury's verdict finding you guilty as charged of principal to first-degree murder, I will adjudicate you guilty of that charge, sentence you to life in the Florida Department of Corrections without the possibility of parole. I believe she has credit for 722 days. Any objection to that amount of credit? And she'll be given that credit. I'll impose $518 in court cost. Madam Clerk, there's no other required cost, correct? All right, and this is the judgment and sentence of the court. You have 30 days to appeal. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you. And all financial obligations will be reduced to judgment lien. That's correct. I'll remain to observe Ms. Agee get fingerprinted, but otherwise, court is adjourned. need to, if y'all need to step back with him, you can.
See you tomorrow, Judge.
I'll see you in the morning. Okay.
All right. Okay, chat. So that was the verdict being read in that trial, and there will be people with shout out the bubbles right here with all kinds of different opinions and different perspectives about this, and some people agree with the verdict and others don't. And Moki can't find anything about the outburst. It is kind of like ambient noise. And that is the situation at hand with the, kind of like, where is this racket in the background coming from? I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's been specified, but it would be interesting to know. Yeah, okay, says we need to take a G out. Yeah. There we go. And oh yeah, a box of wine definitely. I can ask the diaper bag of wine box is pushed down water, and yeah. So I'll read kind of a background about what this case is about, what this case was about. We saw today, right? Whaling, okay. General whaling, okay. That's what you think it is. Okay, let's see how this goes. Mother found guilty of aiding son in Pensacola Home Depot murder in Brooklyn Sims. Anna, I've not seen Mandy in a while, but she's doing all right. I've seen her recently, but not that recently. But she's doing okay. She's been very busy. A jury found Sheila AgeeGuilty of Wednesday for her role in 2023 Pensacola Home Depot murder. A jury found Sheila Agee guilty on Wednesday for her role in the 2023 Pensacola Home Depot murder of the teen mother of her son's child. Agee 52 was convicted of principal to the first-degree premeditated murder after a 3-day trial. The charge comes mandatory minimum sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole. This marked her second trial, as her first in November 2024 was declared a mistrial due to juror issues. You're welcome, Anna. Hello, Miranda. Great to see you. And everybody else here. Chat's on fire tonight. Shout out to everybody. I appreciate every single one of you. And those that are lurking as well. If y'all would probe the like button, I'd appreciate it. The victim in the case is 18-year-old Brooklyn Sims, who was shot and deleted while working inside the Home Depot August 11, 2023 by her 2-year-old baby's father, Keith Agee, who was 20 at the time, and Keith Agee was previously convicted of first-degree premeditated murder in December 2023 and sentenced to life in prison without parole. Without possibility of parole is accurate. Okay. The sheriff's office released text messages between Keith and Sheila Agee leading up to the shooting. Authorities said the texts show that Keith Agee. All right, and Amy says, "Good night, love. See you all tomorrow. Take care and stay safe. Love you, alien." Amy, love you too. Always so sweet and kind. And I'm glad you're able to stop by and hang out with us for a little bit. All right, take care. Authorities said the text show Keith Agee drove the Home Depot that day from Alabama to delete Sims, and that his mother helped coordinate the killings. Sheila Agee and Sims were both working as contract employees at the store on the day of the shooting. Authorities say that Sheila Agee drove Sims to work that day. The released text messages between Agee's show that Keith told his mother he was going to kill Sims. Sheila appeared to encourage her son with one text saying, "If you don't come to kill her, you a MF biatch." Scared. Another text from Sheila reads, "I don't shoot at my MF car. I don't want to be deleted, and wait till I put her out." Sheila also texted Keith a map of the Home Depot. Keith Agee also testified during his own trial, saying he had received positive test results from the STD just days after being an inmate with Sims. However, following his guilty verdict, the state submitted a final piece of evidence. The judge showed Sims did not have an STD. I read that right, STD, in a text 6 days before the shooting. Sims sent Sheila AG a picture of the doctor's appointment confirming that she didn't have an STD. Deputies arrested Sheila Angie in Washington County in Alabama 3 days after the shooting. Video footage showed attending honorary balloon release from Sims Critole. No, I got that wrong. It's Critonella, Alabama. That's some evening just prior to her arrest. Yes, Kara, that is very difficult to be shot in the back. Yes. Oh yeah, Kara, my stepdad was murdered. Just got victim impact information to fill out the mail. I need a wine handbag. Oh, well, Kara, that is very sad. Very terrible. Very terrible. Prayers for that situation. Thank you for sharing that with us, but it's very, very upsetting. Indeed. G said, wait, are we going to watch The Guzzler tonight? I want to see the decision day when she eats crow. We could watch that, sure. I don't mind doing that. I don't mind playing the Depp trial, but as I was saying, this is the trial we were just looking at, and this is the news update about it, and was found guilty of the murder. But yeah, we could go look at some Amber Turd. Let's see what's going on with that. And I don't mind even playing that scene again. Playing that scene again that we played before. But are we going to watch Guzzler tonight? I don't know. Never seen the person who said it's morning. None of us remember name. First timers, different name. Be rat. Yes. All right. So let's see that text. I'm going to see about finding that scene, so we're just going to kind of bear with me a moment. We're going to go through a couple of clips that I say to see if it's the one about the Guzzler. Yeah, Moki, I am not hiding anything. I don't care who sees what the chat says. There's nothing wrong, in my opinion, with some if people had wanted to express themselves. I don't believe in censorship. People had some constructive criticism about something or want to say anything, they're free to do it here. Right. The freedom of speech is fine. Here.
15th?
I most certainly did.
Okay. And in this text that you sent to Chris, Christian Carino is the person who used to be Amber's agent and then was your agent for a time, correct?
That is correct.
And in this text, you're on a permission to publish, please.
Do you want to put in evidence
yeah,
first?
Move for
This right here. I found it, G.
Permission of
Any
857A.
objection?
No objection.
All right, 857A, as redacted, will be in evidence.
Thank you, Your Honor. And in this text, Mr. Depp, you said, she's begging for total global humiliation. She's going to get it. I'm going to need your texts about San Francisco, brother. I'm even sorry to ask, but she sucked Mollusk's crooked dick and he gave her some shitty lawyers. I have no mercy, no fear, and not an ounce of emotion, or what I once thought was love for this gold-digging, low-level, dime-a-dozen, mushy, pointless, dangling, overused, flappy fish market. I'm so fucking happy she wants to go to fight this out. She will hit the wall hard. And I cannot wait to have this waste of a cum guzzler out of my life. I met a fucking sublime little Russian here, which made me realize the time I blew on that 50-cent stripper. I wouldn't touch her with a goddamn glove. I can only hope that karma kicks in and takes the gift of breath from her. Sorry, man, but now I will stop at nothing. Let's see if Mollusk has a pair. Come see me face to face. I'll show him things he's never seen before, like the other side of his dick when I slice it off. Did I read that right?
You did.
Now, not long after this, you can take that down, Michelle, thank you. Not long after this, you met Mr. Waldman in the late summer or fall of 2016, correct?
I believe, yeah, September, October, somewhere in there, whatever.
And he's been your attorney since then, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, Autumn, I'll tell you what the guilty verdict was. All right. It was called... I'll read you this little excerpt from it. Shout out to you, Autumn. Yes, G, we're going to repeat it. All right, mother found guilty of aiding son in Pensacola Home Depot murder in Brooklyn Sims. A jury found Sheila Angie a jury found Sheila Angie guilty of on Wednesday for her role in the 2023 Pensacola Home Depot murder on the 10 mother of the son's children. The guilty verdict was life in prison. AG52 was convicted of principal to the first-degree premeditated murder after the 3-day trial. The charge comes with mandatory minimum sentence of life in prison without possibility of parole. This marked her second trial, and the 1st November 2024 was declared a mistrial due to juror issues. This marked the second trial as her 1st November 2024. And she was age 52, was convicted of principal of first-degree murder, premeditated murder after a 3-day trial. The charge comes with mandatory minimum sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole. The victim in the case is 18-year-old Brooklyn Sims, who was shot and deleted while working inside the Home Depot on August 11, 2023, by her 2-year-old baby's father, Keith Agee, who was 20 at the time. Keith Agee was previously convicted of first-degree premeditated murder in December 2023 and sentenced to life in prison without possibility of parole. All right, yeah, okay. Good night to you. Sweet dreams to you too. The sheriff's office released the text messages between Keith and I'm laughing at that about the flabby ass. Okay. The sheriff's office released the text messages between Keith and Sheila Agee leading up to the shooting. Authorities said the text show Keith Agee drove the Home Depot that day from Alabama to delete Sims and her mother to help coordinate the deletions. Sheila Agee and Sims were both working and contract employees at the store on the day of the shooting. Authorities say Sheila Agee drove Sims to work that day. The released text messages between Agee showed that Keith told his mother that he was going to delete Sims. Shia appeared to encourage her son with one of the texts saying, "If you don't come and kill, you are a MF biatch." Scared. All right, and we're watching Depp. We're watching Depp, everybody. Yeah, she testified, G. And so for Anna, not Anna, but for the other lady, Autumn. Another text from Sheila reads that don't shoot. We're just done. We just have 2 more paragraphs to read, and Timu Alien will play it again. Don't shoot at my MF car. Don't want to die. Wait to put her. And Sheila texted Keith map of the Home Depot. Keith AG testified during his own trial, saying that he had received positive text result from STD. Just days for the inmate with Sim. So she had STD. That's what they're claiming. But doctor's appointment confirming she didn't have an STD. Right. So that is about that trial. All right. So let's play a Johnny Depp thing again. Okay.
All right. Yes, sir. Thank you.
My apologies, Your Honor. Mr. Depp, you sent this text to Christian Carino on August 15th?
I most certainly did.
Okay. And in this text that you sent to Christian, now Christian Carino is the person who used to be Amber's agent and then was your agent for a time, correct?
That is correct.
And in this text, Your Honor, permission to publish, please.
Do you want to put in evidence
Yeah,
first?
move for admission of
Any
857A.
objection? No objection. All right. 857A, as redacted, will be in evidence.
Thank you, Your Honor. And in this text, Mr. Depp, you said, she's begging for total global humiliation. She's going to get it. I'm going to need your text about San Francisco, brother. I'm even sorry to ask, but she sucked Mollusk's crooked dick and he gave her some shitty lawyers. I have no mercy, no fear, and not an ounce of emotion, or what I once thought was love for this gold-digging, low-level, dime-a-dozen, mushy, pointless, dangling, overused, flappy fish market. I'm so fucking happy she wants to go to fight this out. She will hit the wall hard, and I cannot wait to have this waste of a cum guzzler out of my life. I met a fucking sublime little Russian here, which made me realize the time I blew on that 50-cent stripper. I wouldn't touch her with a goddamn glove. I can only hope that karma kicks in and takes the gift of breath from her. Sorry, man, but now I will stop at nothing. Let's see if Mollusk has a pair. Come see me face to face. I'll show him things he's never seen before, like the other side of his dick when I slice it off. Did I read that right?
You did.
Now, not long after this, you can take that down, Michelle, thank you. Not long after this, you met Mr. Wallman in the late summer, fall of 2016, correct?
I believe, yeah, September, October, somewhere in there, whatever.
And he's been your attorney since then, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you met with him with the Daily Mail in London in February 2020, didn't you?
I'm sorry, again?
57A, as redacted,
All right, we're going to be replaying this again and again.
will be in evidence.
I did.
Okay. And in this text that you sent to Christian, now Christian Carino is the person who used to be Amber's agent and then was your agent for a time, correct?
That is correct.
And in this text, Your Honor, permission to publish, please.
Do you want to put in evidence
Yeah,
first?
move for admission of
Any
857A.
objection? No objection. All right. 857A, as redacted, will be in evidence.
Thank you, Your Honor. And in this text, Mr. Depp, you said, she's begging for total global humiliation. She's going to get it. I'm going to need your text about San Francisco, brother. I'm even sorry to ask, but she sucked Mollusk's crooked dick and he gave her some shitty lawyers. I have no mercy, no fear, and not an ounce of emotion, or what I once thought was love for this gold-digging, low-level, dime-a-dozen, mushy, pointless, dangling, overused, flappy fish market. I'm so fucking happy she wants to go to fight this out. She will hit the wall hard, and I cannot wait to have this waste of a cum guzzler out of my life. I met a fucking sublime little Russian here, which made me realize the time I blew on that 50-cent stripper. I wouldn't touch her with a goddamn glove. I can only hope that karma kicks in and takes the gift of breath from her. Sorry, man, but now I will stop at nothing. Let's see if Mollusk has a pair. Come see me face to face. I'll show him things he's never seen before, like the other side of his dick when I slice it off. Did I read that right?
You did.
Now, not long after this, you can take that down, Michelle, thank you. Not long after this, you met Mr. Wallman in the late summer, fall of 2016, correct?
I believe, yeah, September, October, somewhere in there, whatever.
And he's been your attorney since then, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you met with him with the Daily Mail in London in February 2020, didn't you?
I'm sorry, again?
You and Mr. Waldman together met with the Daily Mail in London in February 2020, didn't you?
Are you asking me a question about my attorney and I?
Yeah, that you two met with people from the Daily Mail in London in February 2020.
Was that during the London trial?
No.
All right. Yes, sir. Thank you.
My apologies, Your Honor. Mr. Depp, you sent this text to Christian Carino on August 15th?
I most certainly did.
Okay. And in this text that you sent to Christian Carino is the person who used to be Amber's agent and then was your agent for a time, correct? 857A.
Redacted.
You said she's begging for total global humiliation. She's gonna get it. I'm gonna need your texts about San Francisco, brother. I'm even sorry to ask, but she sucked Mollusk's crooked dick and he gave her some shitty lawyers. I have no mercy, no fear, and not an ounce of emotion or what I once thought was love for this gold-digging, low-level, dime-a-dozen, mushy, pointless, dangling, overused, flappy fish market. I'm so fucking happy she wants to go to fight this out. She will hit the wall hard. And I cannot wait to have this waste of a cum guzzler out of my life. I met a fucking sublime little Russian here, which made me realize the time I blew on that 50-cent stripper. I wouldn't touch her with a goddamn glove. I can only hope that karma kicks in and takes the gift of breath from her. Sorry, man, but now I will stop at nothing. Let's see if Mollusk has a pair. Come see me face to face. I'll show him things he's never seen before, like the other side of his dick when I slice it off. Did I read that right?
You did.
Now, not long after this, you can take that down, Michelle. Thank you. Not long after.
57A, as
We're repeating it, by the way.
redacted, will be in evidence.
Thank you, Your Honor. And in this text, Mr. Depp, you said she's begging for total global humiliation. She's gonna get it. I'm gonna need your texts about San Francisco, brother. I'm even sorry to ask, but she sucked Mollusk's crooked dick and he gave her some shitty lawyers. I have no mercy, no fear, and not an ounce of emotion, or what I once thought was love for this gold-digging, low-level, dime-a-dozen, mushy, pointless, dangling, overused, flappy fish market. I'm so fucking happy she wants to go to fight this out, she will hit the wall hard. And I cannot wait to have this waste of a cum guzzler out of my life. I met a fucking sublime little Russian here, which made me realize the time I blew on that 50-cent stripper. I wouldn't touch her with a goddamn glove. I can only hope that karma kicks in and takes the gift of breath from her. Sorry, man. But now I will stop at nothing. Let's see if Mollusk has a pair.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Okay. Okay. Look at Amber's face. What's on her head? Oh God. Oh God. She tried, but she couldn't. Look at that face. Look at his face. Rottenborn made this into a riot. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. You read it correct. Let's go. You read it correct. Yes. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh, this is some bloody schmurder right here. Oh. Oh yeah. Yeah, Liberty. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Lord. Scared. Yeah, and Amber could have just left if she didn't like it. You know what she kept saying? Whew, I'm alive. Okay, I know I need to go to bed, but I'm laughing too much watching it. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Cat. Thank you, Chat. It's like Jackass. Lord.
See me face to face. I'll show him things he's never seen before. Like the other side of his dick when I slice it off. Did I read that right? You did.
Look at her face. She got put in her place. He hit her with texts like mace. He brought Rottenborn to say the verses because she knew that she was slow at pace. She would go slow and slow and slow. She has the face because she's watching even Elmo laugh. Elmo on Twitter texted everything about her and ended her whole career. She thought she was a new Britney Spears, but she did lose. Her dog stepped on a bee. But guess what? He looked and he could see. The bee wasn't even real. She made it up. All she wanted was his money, so he had to become dark and show and put it out, the truth about her. And then he is the monster that she made. She only wanted his money, not just simply just some lemonade. And I will say, once and for all, she brought a Temu Sheen little pistol with Nerf bullets in it for a war and with cannons and fighting in swords. She is 50 Cent. She needs to go leave. There's the front door. Thanks, chat. Thanks, chat. Yes, Liberty. Yes. Men, good grief. Men always attack each other's tiny little soldiers. So small, a magnifying glass will give you a headache trying to find it. Trying to measure up which one has a bigger deke. If it's 2 or 3 or 1 or a centimeter. I think that we have broken the stenometer. Chat has fever from laughter. Here goes a Temu thermometer. Thank you, G. She is always roasting. That's what Amber Heard was trying to do. But yes, men have a habit of not taking accountability for their actions that may be true. What we're doing here, though, in my opinion, is taming of the shrew. Yes, Liberty, you are correct. Men always roast each other's little pecker. Each one, they're all small. One is just a centimeter smaller than the other. Scared. Maybe she really liked Johnny like half the woman out there because he was hot looking. He's hot looking, that is true. He very handsome indeed. He was also very famous, and one thing that we cannot deny is he has money and status. Liberty, the reason why we believe that she was in the wrong, not saying that he's in the wrong, not saying that he is not perfect. We're not saying he's a saint. He is not. But the allegations of abuse that she's accusing him of, to that extent or at all, we think that is just a free-for-all. Many stars in Hollywood, even people that support Amber Heard, did not deny to me that knew him one time, told me that stars in Hollywood that are young ladies sometimes will go for more famous men with more money to take advantage of them. It's possible she just wanted that, and she's clear. She abused him, she hit him, she took drugs, she thought she was the #1 thug, but all she did was have a look that is purely smug. Tug of war. Even right now in chat, we're just having a little tug of boat. And tug of war. That is true. Chat is #1. Greatest chat on the internet I truly adore. Now, for sure, I will say that... Oh, hello, Shell. Great to see you. It is true and a fact, in my opinion, that she was exaggerating or making up stuff. So the point is, neither of them are perfect. I'm not denying anything that Johnny's a saint. I don't think he is. I do not think he's guilty of abuse, or at least hypothetically to this extent. They both should, and we all need to repent. Now, she was faking, exaggerating, and just wanting his money, and also part of the Me Too movement, in my opinion. Not denying that there's female abuse. If anything, what she did tarnished any other woman that truly was under abuse. That women that really are raped or abused, things like this only would discredit people that are actually abused. Many women that he dated all over the place, people that knew him since he was in school, thought he was not a fool but very nice and kind. So not denying he's not perfect, and he was into doing various drugs as he's confessed, but this type of abuse that she's claiming that he did, I think is false. All she wanted was a paycheck. Yes, alien is rhyming. A wolf is crying. But the truth is that I'm not lying. Miranda said, drugs is a huge thing for their fame. Oh my gosh. That is true. These beautiful, amazing artists that are so talented, may God bless them and guide them on the righteous path. He's the greatest of all planners. To not do drugs like this, it will only cause a downward spiral. Although it is true that they can get them, and they do have a lot of private parties. Oh, look, it's Rottenborn being slow, talking slow. He's acting a little bit tardy. He's rhyming and rhyming about the sliced deek that he's eating tonight. It's so small, he eats green peas to him. that is all right because that is his plight. He's fantasizing about Johnny's texts. He knows that they're the best. All he can get is Rottenborn up the rear. He is truly true. He likes big spears. I'm being a prophet. Call me a seer. I made Amber Heard cry. I see crocodile tears. I did not hold back. I did not hold back. And it said, at 15, 16, he was pretty boy, dewy, skinny, skin brown, brown eyes, short length, brown wavy hair. He got all the ladies. He didn't even need to go and sit in a chair and make a bunch of money. He already had the ladies already, just by him existing. Liberty says, I'm glad he didn't go all scissors and hands on her. Edward would have made her into a whole new creation. All red. It would look like a slaughterhouse from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's what it would have looked like. He would have been Rottenborning those scissors. Rottenborn would have been more turned on by him. That is a true and a fact. And he was disappointed he didn't get that. Miss Money doesn't make you change. It enhances who you are. If you're good, it enhances it. If you're a jerk, that enhances it. That is true, Shell. You are correct. Money never changes anybody. It only enhances and amplifies who you are. That is true, Shell. Pure wisdom as always. Many don't realize that. No one can blame no one else. It is best for everybody to take personal accountability for their actions. That is true. Even if you're taming the shrew. At Chew, I sneeze, God bless me. And God bless all of you. Alrighty. I was on a roll. I guess I'm a new jelly roll. Great balls of fire. I burnt all the spaceship tires. Now I have to get new tires. First crush was Edward Scissorhands. Oh, facts. That was a very good movie. I thought I saw it. Thank you, Randa. Yes, Liberty, I'm lit. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so I thought I saw the Edward Scissorhands movie, but it came a couple years before I was born. I was born in 98. So I didn't see it live. I saw it like when I was like 1 or 2 or something, or 2 or 3, 5, something like that. But I saw it when I was a kid. Yeah, 21 Jump Street. I knew somebody from the trial chat at Independent. Yeah, Eagle. He has been doing awesome artwork lately. That is true. And he has left Hollywood. Yeah, he is going to be working on some new projects, but yeah, he's been taking a big break from Hollywood. And so in 21 Jump Street, this dude that was an extra, he knew him. And he also was a cab driver. He would see Johnny homeless on the street. Now, he was telling me about what I'm telling you all, about how you have some women that wanted money out of him, out of famous. He said when he was growing up, like in Hollywood, you'd have these young ladies that would try to go with older celebrities that had a lot of money to take advantage of them to take the money. Now, he thought that Johnny was in the wrong for suing her, not denying things that she did that was wrong, but he thinks that he was... that he's not really good himself. Now, him and I had debates all the time in that chat. It was like the chat was flying, and him and I were going back and forth like pirate ships fighting at each other. But we were respectful about it, of course, to each other. But he thought that Johnny was in the wrong. But as I said, I mean, he lost accusing him of doing all this really, really sick stuff. Really, like, messed up stuff he didn't do is wrong. Like, I can understand about him wanting to do that because, it's like kind of ruining his whole life. Or especially didn't do it. He's not perfect. He did cocaine. He did the weed. People that do weed are not necessarily bad, but he did drugs and stuff. And I'm not denying that he's not a saint. He's not a saint. But yeah, he was not like abusing people like what she's saying. Yes, he's part French. By the way, a baby and people really is fancy until one day. Die and meet Jesus himself. Amen. Glory be to him. Oh yeah, Liberty. I loved him in Pirates too. Yeah. Moki said, I liked him with the guy liner and the accent. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, we're going to continue to play some Rottenborn. Alright, Rottenborn, drop it. Warning about... We're about to play this. Warning. Liberty, he probably did say that, okay? I just don't recall when or where he said that, but yeah, it's probably true. If you thought that, it's probably true. I don't know of an incident like that, but yeah. It's probably true.
Okay. All right, yes, sir, thank you.
My apologies, Your Honor. Mr. Depp, you sent this text to...
We're going to play this the whole way through. You know, this segment of the trial will be... but we'll play some Amber Heard. I'll play some Amber Heard after this, all right? All right, Moki. See you tomorrow. Oh, okay, Liberty, thank you. Thank you.
Christian Carino on it, August 15th?
I most certainly did.
Okay. And in this text that you sent to Christian... Now, Christian Carino is the person who used to be Amber's agent and then was your agent for a time, correct?
That is correct.
And in this text, you... Oh, Your Honor, permission to publish, please.
You want to put in evidence
Yeah,
first?
move for admission of
Any
857A.
objection? No objection. All right, 857A, as redacted, will be in evidence.
Thank you, Your Honor. And in this text, Mr. Depp, you said, she's begging for total global humiliation. She's going to get it. I'm going to need your text about San Francisco, brother. I'm even sorry to ask, but she sucked Mollusk's crooked dick and he gave her some shitty lawyers. I have no mercy, no fear, and not an ounce of emotion, or what I once thought was love for this gold-digging, low-level, dime-a-dozen, mushy, pointless, dangling, overused, flappy fish market. I'm so fucking happy she wants to go to fight this out. She will hit the wall hard, and I cannot wait to have this waste of a cum guzzler out of my life. I met a fucking sublime little Russian here, which made me realize the time I blew on that 50-cent stripper. I wouldn't touch her with a goddamn glove. I can only hope that karma kicks in and takes the gift of breath from her. Sorry, man, but now I will stop at nothing. Let's see if Mollusk has a pair. Come see me face to face. I'll show him things he's never seen before, like the other side of his dick when I slice it off. Did I read that right?
You did.
Now, not long after this, you can take that down, Michelle, thank you. Not long after this, you met Mr. Waldman in the late summer or fall of 2016, correct?
I believe, yeah, September, October, somewhere in there, whatever.
And he's been your attorney since then, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you met with him with the Daily Mail in London in February 2020, didn't you?
I'm sorry, again?
You and Mr. Waldman together met with the Daily Mail in London in February 2020, didn't you?
Are you asking me a question about my attorney and I?
Yeah, that you two met with people from the Daily Mail in London in February 2020.
Was that during the London trial?
No.
No?
No, in February.
I don't recall it, though.
Okay.
I don't,
To the extent Mr. Waldman testified that you did, you don't dispute that, correct?
I just don't recall it.
You don't disagree with Mr. Waldman's testimony that you and he met with people from the Daily Mail in London in February 2020, correct?
If that's Mr. Waldman's testimony, then...
Okay.
But I just didn't necessarily know who these people were.
Right. The same month that the Daily Mail released alleged tapes between you and Amber.
Objection
correct?
calls for speculation. I have personal knowledge.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Now, Mr. Depp, you testified, and I wrote it down before lunch. You said, when Ms. Myers asked you something about, how does it feel to make you, or how does it feel to be here? You said, I've been living with it for 6 years and waiting to be able to get the truth out. Remember saying that?
Yes.
You also said, I've spoken up for what I've been carrying on my back. Something to that effect. You remember saying that?
Yes.
And you've claimed several times in this proceeding, Mr. Depp, that this trial is your first chance to tell your story, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
But that's just not true, is it, Mr. Depp? That's not true.
No, for me it is true.
Okay, well, here's the thing. The fact is, Mr. Depp, when Dan Wooten wrote an article that was published in The Sun calling you a wife beater, you brought a lawsuit against The Sun in June of 2018, correct?
Yes, I brought
And that was 6 months before Ms. Heard ever wrote her op-ed, correct?
I don't know.
And in the summer of 2020, there was a several-week trial in London against The Sun, correct?
Ms. Heard was not a party to that trial.
Now, my question, Mr. Depp, in the article that The Sun wrote that you sued over, you sued for Mr. Wooten calling you a wife beater, correct?
Objection asked and answered.
Sustain. Next question.
And in the trial that you subsequently brought, you called a lot of witnesses, right?
I don't know what a lot is, but I don't know.
Many people testified on both sides of the trial, correct?
Yes, many people.
And many exhibits were introduced, correct?
Like a trial, yes.
And you, just like in this trial, you were on the stand for several days in that trial, correct?
Yes, sir, I was.
And that trial involved the same factual issues that you were litigating here, which is whether you committed domestic abuse against Amber Heard.
Sustain the objection. Next question.
You brought that case against The Sun because you were angry at The Sun for calling you a wife beater, correct?
Yeah, that's probably a pretty good reason.
And you went through that trial in London, correct?
I did indeed, yes.
Mr. Depp, you've already had a chance to tell your story, haven't you?
No, there
Objection
were
asked and answered.
limitations in the UK trial.
No further questions.
All right. Redirect. Thank you.
Mr. Depp, Mr. Ronborn asked you some questions about the UK trial. Why do you feel that this is the first time that you've actually had an opportunity to tell your story and, as you said, get the load off your back?
As the UK trial was me suing Dan Wooten and the Sun for defamation for calling me a wife beater. The UK have different, well, there are different laws, there are different ways they handle things. There are also limitations in evidence. Some things can be brought up, some things cannot be brought up. Mr. Ronborn.
He's talking about limitations in evidence in English.
Your Honor, he's talking about his experience testifying.
Overruled.
You'll be okay. Yes, there is a very everything is quite boxed in with regard to what can be said, what can be spoken about. So, Ms. Heard provided information to the Sun as their star witness, but the case was not brought against Ms. Heard. It was brought against the Sun newspaper, journal, whatever it is.
Mr. Ronborn referenced that you were on the stand for multiple days.
4.5, I believe, yes.
Yeah. What was the nature of that examination? Or, excuse me, who was conducting that examination of you?
QC Sasha Was.
And whose attorney was that?
The Sun.
Can we please pull up DX 857A?
All right, it's already in evidence. So you can publish it.
Mr. Depp, do you recall seeing this text message when Mr. Ronborn was questioning you?
Oh, yes, I do.
Can you explain what you're conveying to Mr. Carino in this text message?
I'm in total shock that this is happening to me, that my entire life on the planet has been brought to the head of a pin with all this completely, utterly false information. So I am, when you're accused of horrific acts and things that you have not done, when it's actually some very ugly things that are going out there into the world about you on a non-stop basis by Ms. Heard and her team, you have a tendency, as humans, to get very, very irate and angry. Not to the point where you go out and hurt someone, not to the point even where you assault a cabinet. But you do get irate. You do wonder why this person is doing this to me. So yeah, many things go through your head. And then you've got your family, you've got your kids, you've got your parents. My mom, thankfully, didn't get to read any of this, because that would kill her. But my father, my family, everyone that I've met, the people that have supported me, suddenly I'm scum. Why? Never had to happen. One little lie. So yes, very angry.
Could we please pull up Defendant's Exhibit 821? Mr. Depp, do you recall seeing this text message when Mr. Ronborn was asking you questions?
Yes, he loves this one, yes.
Yes. Would you care to explain what you're trying to convey in this text message?
Well, Warner Brothers they were about to find themselves in quite a dilemma as the person that they had just cast.
Objection, Your Honor. Lack of foundation as to what Warner Brothers knew or thought.
Didn't I meet with them?
All right, you could just wait for the question. I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Mr. Depp, without explaining what Warner Brothers felt, why did you send this text message to your sister? And what were you trying to convey to your sister when you sent this text message?
Honestly, I felt responsibility for having gone to those people and painted such a beautiful picture.
Objection. Hearsay, Your Honor. Now he's talking about what he said to Warner Brothers.
Overruled.
Please continue.
Okay, change seats.
So, sorry, you can please continue.
I felt it was my responsibility to get the truth to Warner Brothers about what they were going to end up facing down the line, which is 2 franchises that would be causing problems for one another, especially as any news, any press, any media that came out about me at that time had been turned into, I was Charles Manson, I was the worst thing on earth, and they just kept coming. It was like a nonstop fire. So my responsibility, after having painted a beautiful picture of her for them, was to tell them, I think you better.
Objection, Your Honor. He's getting into what he claims he told Warner Brothers or wanted to.
He's saying what he wanted to tell them. He's not saying what he actually told them.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Mr. Depp, you mentioned 2 franchise films with Warner Brothers. What 2 franchise films are you referring to?
There was Aquaman and Fantastic Beasts, the one that I was in.
And why did you feel responsibility with respect to those 2 franchise films?
Warner Brothers was starting to get quite upset about some of the things that were being said about me in the press that were constant hit pieces. On one level, yes, it's just acting, it's just movies, but it's business and it's your word. and I had given my word to them, and I felt responsible that I had to tell them exactly what was going on, and that it was going to end up ugly.
And which of those two film franchises were you a part of?
I'm sorry?
Which of those two film franchises were you a part of?
I was in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and I was in the Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Could we please pull up DX883? Now, Mr. Depp, do you recall seeing these text messages during Mr. Rottenborn's examination?
Oh, God, yeah. Yes, I remember.
And you didn't seem to recall these text messages, is that
It truly is fair. It's not, I'm not,
Do you have any-
knows, I don't know who Molly is, I don't know nothing about this.
Do you have any understanding of what you're referring to in this text message? Or these two text messages?
No. Honestly, if somebody else had borrowed my phone or something and made this text to Stephen, possibly. But I don't understand that. I don't have that kind of, I don't have that kind of hubris or expectation. That's quite grotesque text.
Can we take that down, please? Can we please pull up Defendant's Exhibit 1821? Mr. Depp, do you recognize this document?
That is behind the bar, yes.
Okay. And do you see Mr. Rottenborn asked you some questions about whether there was a telephone
Yes,
in
and now
Australia.
I see a telephone there now.
Yes. And do you recall that telephone being there?
I don't recall the telephone being there, but I can see it now.
Can we please pull up Defendant's Exhibit 1820? Do you recall me showing you this text message earlier on? Or excuse me, do you recall me showing you this picture during your examination?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. And I think I asked you whether you recall a phone being mounted on the wall in the left of this picture. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And what was your answer to that?
No.
Mr. Depp, Mr. Rottenborn asked you some questions about your honeymoon. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And I believe you had testified that you and Ms. Heard were on the Orient Express together.
That's correct, yes.
Where had you been prior to being on the Orient Express?
We had been in Australia, and then made it over to Thailand to catch the Orient Express.
If we could bring up Plaintiff's Exhibit 162 again. Mr. Depp, do you know who took this picture?
Malcolm Connolly.
And despite what Mr. Rottenborn showed you about the picture of you prior to this, do you see a bruise on your face in this picture?
I see what looks like a pretty decent shiner and kind of a scratched up nose, yes.
And do you recall how you got the scratches and the shiner?
There was a very brief freak out that Miss Heard had in our cabin just before this dinner. I can't remember why, but there were many. I remember taking the photograph, though. I mean, I remember being there. I remember meeting the chef and all. But I mean, the quality of the photo is not great. The quality of the other photo that he shows has been prettied up.
Mr. Depp, did you ever physically abuse Ms. Heard during your relationship?
Never. Never.
No further questions.
All right, so you can have a seat next to your attorneys. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Your next witness.
Mr. Depp hasn't looked at you once this entire trial, has he?
Not that I've noticed, no.
You've looked at him, though, many times, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
You know exactly why Mr. Depp won't look back at you, don't you?
I do.
He promised you you would never see his eyes again. Isn't that true?
I don't recall if he said that.
One of the last times you ever saw Mr. Depp was when you met him in San Francisco in July 2016, right?
That was the second to last time I saw him, yes.
And this was after you had publicly accused him of domestic violence.
I got my restraining order before that, yes.
And this is after you had obtained the domestic violence restraining order against him.
That's correct.
Let's please play Plaintiff's Exhibit 1229. For the record, it's at 1101 through 1209. I'm going to ask that it be admitted into evidence.
Any objection to 1229?
Yes.
All right, 1229, you want it entered in its entirety?
Yes, please.
Okay, 1229 entered in its entirety. Go ahead and play your section.
No. Oh, no, I thought we'll save it all. All this, everything we just...
I just wanted to touch you.
You really, after all the shit you just said?
I just wanted to give
After
you
all
a
the
hug.
shit you fucking accused me of, you want to touch me?
Please stop me. Please stop. Please, I just wanted to hug you and say bye. I didn't want to take it back.
We did that last night. It's fine. That was
Please.
good enough. No, because I'm nothing to you. And I will always be nothing to you.
Calm calm.
Take blood. You know how much?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Please just calm.
No, what you were doing fucking hard. No, we'll never see each other again. Leave on your neck. Don't take my fucking glasses off. You don't like fucking looking at not my fucking eyes? You will not see my eyes again.
That's you and Mr. Depp in that recording.
That is.
And this is from when you and Mr. Depp met in San Francisco in July of 2016, right?
Yes, that's what it sounds like. That was in the hotel. We met once after that as well.
This is after you publicly accused him of domestic abuse.
Yes, and got my TRO.
And he tells you will not see my eyes again, doesn't he?
Yes, he does in that recording.
And he kept that promise, hasn't he?
As far as I know, he cannot look at me.
He won't look at you, right, Ms. Heard?
He can't.
One of the first questions your counsel asked you on direct is, why are you here? Do you remember that?
I do.
Let's please play Plaintiff Exhibit 357A, which is already in evidence, Your Honor. And for the record, it's 2122 through 2140.
Right, and see what the jury and judge think. Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them, Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, man, I'm a victim too of domestic violence, and
Yes.
it's a fair fight. And see how many people believe or side with you.
That's your voice on that recording, right?
Yes, it is.
And you were speaking with Mr. Depp?
Yes.
And you said to Mr. Depp, quote, you can please tell people that it was a fair fight and see what the jury and the judge think. Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them, Johnny Depp, Johnny Depp, a man, a victim too of domestic violence, end quote. That's what you said, right?
I was saying it to the man who beat me up, yes. I thought it was preposterous.
And the man you beat up numerous times. Right, Ms. Heard?
I could never hurt Johnny.
You're here in this courtroom because Mr. Depp finally told the world that he is a victim of domestic violence.
I know that he is suing me and has sued other people or corporations that have said that as well.
You didn't think he would tell the world he was a victim of domestic violence, did you?
I found it hard to believe that he could or that he would do that, considering the relationship he and I had. I thought it would be crazy for him to do so, knowing what I know we lived through.
Or, as you said to him in that recording, who was going to believe that Johnny Depp, a man, is a victim of domestic violence, right?
With all due respect, I wasn't saying it because he's a man. I was saying it because he was a man who beat me up for 5 years.
Mr. Depp is your victim, isn't he?
No, ma'am.
And once he left you, you continued to abuse him publicly by calling him an abuser, didn't you?
He is an abuser, and you can look either of us up online and figure out who's being abused online.
So Mr. Depp hit you in the face multiple times while he was wearing rings on this occasion, correct?
Which occasion in March are you referencing? You weren't
The
specific.
testimony that you gave on day 15 of his trial, March of 2013. You weren't specific as to the day.
There were several incidents.
The one where he hit you several times in the face.
I'm sorry, just so I understand better. There were several incidents in March. Which one are you asking me about?
The time that he hit you several times in the face wearing rings.
Well, he pretty much
March
always...
of 2013.
Right. What are you asking me? I'm sorry.
He was wearing rings on that occasion?
I pretty much always knew him to wear rings.
Okay, let's please pull up Defendant's Exhibit 170A, which is already in evidence, Your Honor. You testified that this is a picture you took after that incident, right, Ms. Heard?
Yes, that was one where he grabbed me.
And hit you in the face so many times that you don't remember. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
And there's no injuries to your face in this picture, are there?
Not that this picture shows.
And there's no medical records reflecting that you sought treatment after this alleged incident either.
I did not seek medical treatment at this time.
So there's no medical records reflecting any injuries to your face after he hit you several times.
I did not need to go to the doctor at the time.
Despite hitting you several times that you lost count with rings on on his fingers.
That's correct. I did not seek medical attention, other than my therapist.
You testified to another incident in March of 2013 where Mr. Depp hit you while he was wearing a lot of rings. Do you remember that testimony?
Yes, ma'am.
And you testified you felt like your lip went through your teeth and it got a little blood on the wall.
Yes, I remember that.
There isn't a picture of you with injuries after that alleged incident, is there?
I don't know if I've seen one. I can't recall. There are a lot of pictures.
You didn't produce any photographs after that alleged incident, did you?
I don't know if I took one or if it's included. I'm not quite sure which ones.
You didn't show any pictures to this jury after describing that alleged incident, that your teeth your lip went into your teeth. You don't remember that, right? You
I
didn't show
don't-
any pictures to this jury after describing that incident, right?
I don't believe I've seen that picture admitted.
That picture doesn't exist.
I don't know which one you're talking about. We have pictures from March 2013, yes.
The only picture that you've produced and shown to this jury is the one that was just put up on the screen, where you said he hit you multiple times in the face, and you appear to have what is a bruise on your arm, correct?
I believe this is the only picture that's in evidence right now.
Your nose doesn't appear to be injured in any of these pictures, does it, Ms. Heard?
That's why I'm wearing makeup.
Right. And makeup covers up swelling, right?
Makeup will not cover up swelling. Ice will, though.
Ice will cover up swelling?
Ice reduces swelling. Normally, the swelling after that kind of injury is not as bad as you might imagine, and for me, it wasn't that bad. I have a picture of it underneath the makeup. That's how I know how to reference it.
A picture you haven't produced or shown to
did.
this jury, right, Ms. Heard?
I produced everything.
But you haven't shown it to this jury.
I would very much like to. It's not my job.
You went to see Dr. Kipper's office a couple days later.
That's right. He wasn't in the office.
Can we please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 47, which is already in evidence? This is your medical record for December 17th, 2015, isn't it, Ms. Heard?
That's correct.
And this record doesn't document any physical injuries on you, does it?
I don't think so, no. I don't think I spoke to Kipper. I didn't speak to Kipper that day. And
But you
I
went
didn't-
to Dr. Kipper's office and were seen, correct?
I went to Dr. Kipper's office for a concussion check.
Right, okay. And this medical record is from that visit, correct?
Partially, yes.
Scroll down, please, if we could. The signature, Kipper, down below. This is the entirety of the medical record, right, Ms. Heard?
Yes, what I meant by partial is I didn't talk about what happened to me. I didn't get into my injuries. I didn't get into what happened or ask for anything other than should I get some sort of scan done.
But this record doesn't document any physical injuries on you, does it?
I'd have to read it in full, but I don't know.
Well, let's do that. If we could please go, well, under skin on the second page, it reads intact, normal color, moisture, hair distribution, texture, turgor, no signs of, oh, this is going to be hard, cyanosis, mottling, jaundice.
It also says I'm a well-nourished male.
Right. I have no idea what that means.
I think this medical record's missing a lot of things.
Yeah, but it doesn't document any physical injuries.
Doesn't seem to be documenting anything.
Probably because there was nothing to document, right, Ms. Heard?
I disagree with you on that.
You seem to really like taking pictures of Mr. Depp while he's sleeping, don't you?
I hated it. I hated it.
Let's look at Defendant's Exhibit 1094, which is also in evidence. You took this picture of Mr. Depp as well, didn't you?
I did.
And you decided to take a picture of Mr. Depp asleep with ice cream spilled all over him, right?
He was nodding off, and I was worried about how bad the medications and the medication change and the drug use had gotten, where he wouldn't even feel ice cream or a lit cigarette on him, and it scared me.
So you
really.
took a picture of it?
Yes, I wanted him to get help, and Johnny's surrounded by enablers who clean up after him. and
Objection,
protect
Your
him.
Honor, I'm going to move to strike everything after yes, that she took this picture.
Still responsive, Your Honor.
The question was, did you take this picture?
All right, I'll sustain the objection.
Thank you, Your Honor. This isn't a very flattering picture of Mr. Depp, is it?
No, it's not.
And you wouldn't agree that this is, or you would agree with me that this is an embarrassing scene, right?
Yes, I think it's a part of getting help, is looking at it, seeing it.
But you sent this picture to one of your friends, didn't you?
I don't recall.
If we could please pull up Defendant's Exhibit 252. We'll only be looking at the portion of this document, so if we could please call it Defendant's Exhibit 252A.
252A.
And for ease, we've gone ahead and redacted it.
Yes, I was asking for support. That's correct.
There's no question yet, Ms. Heard. Ms. Heard, does this refresh your recollection that you did, in fact, send this picture to your friend, Rocky Pennington?
Yes, I did.
And you sent it to her on August 7th, 2014 at 11:24 p.m., correct?
That is correct.
So you sent Ms. Pennington this picture of Mr. Depp with ice cream spilled on him, right?
That is correct.
And you wrote, quote, "This is what I've been dealing with," end quote. Did I read that right?
You did read that right. That's correct.
And this is you protecting Mr. Depp?
That is me getting support from my best friend.
This is you supporting Mr. Depp?
This is me getting support from my best friend. I also need support.
You weren't afraid the monster would get upset that you took this picture?
This was Opiate Johnny. This is a different version of him. This is Opiate on the Nod Johnny.
And you weren't afraid that Opiate Johnny, or the monster as you called him, would get upset that you sent this picture to your friend?
Well, he's all of those things. Of course he could get upset. Of course that's scary to me, of course. But
Did it stop you from sending this picture to your friend, did it?
Why would it?
So this is what the table looked like after Mr. Depp had been doing cocaine?
Well, clearly he has yet to snort these lines.
There are 4 lines of cocaine on this table, right, Ms. Heard?
In this picture, I see 4 lines.
There isn't any cocaine residue around those lines, right?
Not that I can tell, no.
Doesn't really look like anyone's been doing cocaine off that table, does it?
With all due respect, I'm not sure you know how that works.
I'm asking if you do. You testified you've done cocaine.
I have.
Doesn't really look like Mr. Depp or anyone was doing cocaine off that table, does it?
I beg to differ with you on that. When you snort cocaine, typically it goes into your nose.
Mr. Depp donated $100,000 of the divorce settlement directly to the ACLU, is that right?
Right at the beginning of the divorce settlement, he donated $100,000 to each charity on my behalf or towards my contribution.
So $100,000
to each.
To the ACLU.
And to the Children's Hospital.
And in response, you publicly demanded that Mr. Depp pay the divorce settlement directly to you instead of the charities, right?
That was always the agreement, actually, is for him to pay me directly. It was not his money as per the settlement agreement to give away and reap a tax benefit from. I said if he wants to do it and give to charity all of a sudden, then he should pay the correct amount and not try to get a big tax break for it. So effectively for his tax bracket, he should be paying double that amount to the charity directly. And if he wanted to pay the charity directly, he could. He could do that, was fine with me, but he would need to pay the adjusted amount.
Ultimately, the rest of the $7 million divorce settlement was paid directly to you, right?
Over time, yes.
And Mr. Depp didn't end up paying the rest of the $7 million divorce settlement directly to the charities you identified.
That is correct. He paid them installments to me.
You stopped that from happening, didn't you?
I don't understand what your question is. I'm sorry.
You stopped Mr. Depp from paying the charities that you had named directly.
That is incorrect. I said if you want to pay the charities directly, pay the adjusted amount, or pay as per our agreement in the settlement or in the divorce, as per our agreement.
You also
and he chose to do the former, not the latter. I mean, the other way around.
In fact, you released a statement in response to Mr. Depp's $100,000 donations to the ACLU and CHLA, didn't you?
I don't recall.
Let's see if we can refresh your recollection. In this October 2018 interview, you said that you had, quote, donated, end quote, your entire divorce settlement to charity, right?
That's correct.
And in fact, your exact words were, quote, $7 million in total was donated to, I split it between the ACLU and the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, end quote, right?
That's correct. I made that statement as soon as I got a divorce and we reached the settlement. That's when I pledged it, right then.
And you say this because you, quote, wanted nothing, end quote.
That is correct.
But you hadn't donated your entire $7 million settlement to charity at that point, had you?
That's incorrect.
Sitting here today, Ms. Heard, you still haven't donated the $7 million divorce settlement to charity. Isn't that right?
Incorrect. I pledged the entirety of the settlement, $7 million to charity, and I intend to fulfill those obligations.
That's not my question. Please,
what was
try
your
to answer
question?
my question. Sitting here today, you have not donated the $7 million, donated, not pledged, donated the $7 million divorce settlement to charity.
I use pledge and donation synonymous with one another. They
But I
the same
don't.
thing.
Ms. Heard, I don't use it synonymously.
That's how donations are paid.
Ms. Heard, respectfully, that's not my question. As of today, you have not paid $3.5 million of your own money to the ACLU. Yes or no?
I have not yet.
And as of today, you have not paid $3.5 million of your own money to the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, correct?
I have not yet. Johnny sued me.
So as of today, you have not donated, paid $7 million of your divorce settlement to charity, right?
I have not been able to fulfill those obligations yet.
And that's because you did want something, didn't you?
I didn't want anything and I didn't get anything.
You wanted Mr. Depp's money.
Didn't get it, wasn't interested in it. I loved Johnny, that's why I was with him.
You wanted praise for donating the money, right?
That's incorrect.
You wanted good press.
In general, one does want good press, yes.
You wanted to seem altruistic publicly.
Wasn't my interest. My interest is in my name and clearing my name, and at the time I was being called a liar and my motives were being questioned. I did see it as important to clear that up. I wanted to make a statement to make sure that there was not any doubt that I couldn't be labeled these things just because Johnny was a bigger star and had more publicity reach.
You wanted to remind everyone of your claims of domestic violence against Mr. Depp, right?
No, I wanted to move on with my life.
You wanted to make those claims seem believable.
They are believable. They were
You wanted
believable.
them to be seen, you wanted to be seen, excuse me, as a noble victim of domestic violence,
I
didn't
have
you?
never wanted to be seen as a victim. Nor have I ever called myself one.
You testified under oath that, quote, the entirety of your divorce settlement was donated to charity, end quote, didn't you?
That's correct. I pledged the entirety.
No. Ms. Heard, my questions. Your counsel will have time to redirect you after. You testified under oath, quote, the entirety of your divorce settlement was donated to charity, end quote.
That is correct. I pledged the entirety.
I'm going to move to strike everything after yes. Under oath, that statement wasn't true, was it, Ms. Heard?
I'm sorry, I don't follow your question. Sorry.
You testified under oath, quote, the entirety of my divorce settlement was donated to charity, end quote. That statement wasn't true.
It is true. I pledged the entirety to charity.
The statement...
When you say you buy a house, you don't pay
Ms.
for the
Heard,
entire
Ms.
house
Heard,
at one
respectfully,
time. You pay it
I'm
over
not
time.
asking, Ms. Heard.
All right, next question, please.
Thank you. That statement isn't true today, as you sit here today, is it?
It is true. I pledged the entirety.
But you didn't donate it.
Unfortunately...
You didn't donate it. It's a yes or no.
I haven't been able to to fulfill those
So that's a no,
obligations.
right, Ms. Heard?
I made the pledge. I want to be very clear. I pledged the entirety. I haven't been able to fulfill those pledges because I've been sued.
You had all of the $7 million for 13 months before Mr. Depp sued you, and you chose not to pay it to the charities you pledged it to. Is that correct, Ms.
I
Heard?
disagree with your characterization of that.
You told Mr. Depp to suck your dick multiple times, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
You tell him to go run to his 15 other houses, right?
That's correct.
Because that's what he would do when you behave like this, isn't it?
Eventually, he would go and stay in one of the other houses.
You call him a sellout, don't you?
I was expressing frustration about his criticism of my career and how many problems that caused within the dynamic of our relationship, yes.
So you call him a sellout and a joke?
I called him horrible, ugly things, as you can hear. And
Sellout.
We spoke to each other in a really horrible way.
Pretty sure we just heard you speak to him in a really horrible way. You called him a sellout,
I just
right, Ms.
disagree.
Heard? You called him a sellout, right, Ms. Heard?
I called him a lot of ugly things.
And a joke.
I called him a lot of ugly things.
You called him a joke on that recording. You called him a washed up piece of shit.
I think we both called each other that on that occasion, yes.
Mr. Depp mentions Aquaman, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Mr. Depp got you that role in Aquaman, didn't he?
Excuse me?
Mr. Depp got you that role in Aquaman, didn't he?
No, Miss Vasquez, I got myself that role by auditioning. That's
Mr.
how that
Depp
works.
says, quote, your jealousy is so tragic.
I heard him say that, yes.
You were the jealous one in this relationship, weren't you, Ms. Heard?
I think he was indicating I was jealous of his career.
But now you've twisted it to say it was Mr. Depp. That's the jealous one.
Johnny's always been very jealous when I worked, when I did anything, friends. Yes, he's always been very jealous.
Ms. Heard, you're talking about Mr. Depp running away from you at the first sign of trouble, aren't you?
No, I'm recognizing the clues at this point. When he would run away at the first sign of trouble, often that was a clue for me to know that he was back using again and that we were about to enter the next phase of the cycle.
And you describe his running away from you as the monster, right?
That wasn't what was the monster. The monster was the man who beat me up. The running away was just attached to that. It was a sign, a signal to me, as a clue, as somebody trying to put together clues that we were entering into that phase.
But in these messages, Ms. Heard, the
Exactly.
monster isn't Mr. Depp doing drugs, is it?
It was always the man who did drugs and beat me up. Yes, that's always been the monster.
That's not what you're saying in these messages.
That is exactly what I'm saying in the messages.
You don't describe Mr. Depp being violent, do you?
I do not describe that in this text message, no.
So it's a cowardly monster this time.
No.
Okay. And going down the page, you write a long series of text messages to Mr. Depp that don't get a response. Is that correct?
That is correct.
You write, come grown, face the shit, and we can do anything. You go on a little later to say, please come home. Let's apologize to each together. And continuing on page 77, you write, not go to bed mad. And then you say, sound okay? Sound like the priority in the long run? Come home. Don't be the monster. Be the man. Please. Please call me. Please. Continuing on page 78. You write, I don't want the monster. I need my man. I need to talk to you. Please, Johnny. Don't force me to be something else to you. This is taking me for granted and I can never stop before this turns into something far darker. Describing yourself in that text message, right?
The exact opposite. I'm trying to interrupt him starting a new cycle where he starts using again.
He's not responding to you,
desperately
Ms. Heard.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to desperately stop him.
Please answer the phone, you say. Doesn't this mean anything to you? And it goes on. And I won't read all these messages, but you're saying please answer over and over again. Right?
It was very important to me. I was running out of time and I was trying desperately to stop him.
He wasn't with you, Ms. Heard.
Exactly, which is how I knew it was about to get a lot worse. He would leave, use, and come back way worse, with way less reality, with more delusions. He'd be more drunk. He'd be
I'm going to
more
move to
under the
strike
influence.
everything after
I was trying to stop
the
that.
answer to her question.
Your Honor, she was responding.
I'll overrule the objection, that's fine.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This is a situation where you were trying to get Mr. Depp to pay attention to you. Isn't that right?
No, I was trying to stop him from using.
And because he ran away from you at the first sign of trouble, you call him a monster.
I was
right?
trying to stop him from turning into the monster. The drugs are the key that opened the door.
Who was a real monster in this relationship, Ms. Heard?
Lives in Johnny, half of Johnny. It's not all of Johnny. The other half of him is wonderful and beautiful and the man I love.
Going down the page, you write a long series of text messages to Mr. Depp that don't get a response. Is that correct?
That is correct.
You write, come grown, face the shit, and we can do anything. You go on a little later to say, please come home. Let's apologize to each together. And continuing on page 77, you write, not go to bed mad. And then you say, sound okay? Sound like the priority in the long run? Come home. Don't be the monster. Be the man. Please. Please call me. Please. Continuing on page 78. You write, I don't want the monster. I need my man. I need to talk to you. Please, Johnny. Don't force me to be something else to you. This is taking me for granted and I can never stop before this turns into something far darker. Describing yourself in that text message, right?
The exact opposite. I'm trying to interrupt him starting a new cycle where he starts using again.
He's not responding to you, Ms. Heard.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to desperately stop him.
Please answer the phone, you say. Doesn't this mean anything to you? And it goes on. And I won't read all these messages, but you're saying please answer over and over again. Right?
It was very important to me. I was running out of time and I was trying desperately to stop him.
He wasn't with you, Ms. Heard.
Exactly, which is how I knew it was about to get a lot worse. He would leave, use, and come back way worse, with way less reality, with more delusions. He'd be more drunk. He'd be
I'm going to
more
move to
under the
strike
influence.
everything after
I was trying to stop
the answer to her question.
Your Honor, she was responding.
I'll overrule the objection, that's fine.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This is a situation where you were trying to get Mr. Depp to pay attention to you. Isn't that right?
No, I was trying to stop him from using.
And because he ran away from you at the first sign of trouble, you call him a monster.
I was
right?
trying to stop him from turning into the monster. The drugs are the key that opened the door.
Who was a real monster in this relationship, Ms. Heard?
Lives in Johnny, half of Johnny. It's not all of Johnny. The other half of him is wonderful and beautiful and the man I love.
All right, so hello everyone. So yeah, so that is somewhat of some clips when Depp's lawyer was questioning her. But I will say, Liberty, since it's a new trial for you, remember many people in the trial chat that at that time when they were first seeing it, many people supported her, but not everybody, but a couple people did. But quite a few people. Now, I help people see where Johnny was in the right, and Amber Heard was actually the one being deceptive here. But like basically saying that she was in the wrong, Amber Heard, like she was trying to slander him unjustly, is my point. But Liberty, you could have any opinion you want, it's fine, and I think it's good to have a discussion about it. And I was very good along with the other people, of helping people see like our position. And since it's new to you, that's fine. And as time, we'll continue to watch different clips from this trial, and you could just make up whatever decision you think is right. And yeah, so yeah, it's fine. And especially people, like when people first saw this, it was like that, especially in the beginning, when that's why Johnny lost the Captain Jack Sparrow rule. That's why he lost everything, and because people believed that it was real what she was saying. But it was just that, like in my opinion, I think that a lot of these injuries were either faked, or she could have, because it's like if he would punch her with his rings on, she would not just have a little blemish on her face. It seemed to me, and she was known to abuse her other partner she had too. So I'm not denying anything on his end that's not right. I'm not denying that. But to extent that she's saying that she was abused like that, I think was not true. I'm not denying that he was drinking or on drugs and acted a fool. I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that they fought. And you've seen with the recordings, she cackles like a witch, like, you know, and laughs. And she was hitting him, and he was trying to get away from her, and he kept on. She kept on hitting him and acting, you know, crazy towards him. So yeah, and at the very least, even if people feel that Johnny was in the wrong or that the lawyer was tricky, at least she isn't really a saint herself, and there might be some things about her that are not 100% correct, especially from the different clips that we'll play over time. Well, yes, Liberty, absolutely. Which is my command. We will certainly do that. And also, because, yeah, exactly. And for instance, there was a dude in France I was talking to that believed that Amber Heard was innocent. And then he was watching it, and I was like talking to him throughout the trial, and then he was like, you know what, she's very crazy, you know. And it was slow because, and also through the Wikipedia article, what happened was they talked about the incident that I was in, where the Independent was it was kind of like Amber Heard. Some people like Amber Heard. Then it was shifting towards more Johnny. All people love Johnny Depp. And then as the trial was ending, pretty much most people support Johnny. All right, let's watch some more clips. Let's see. All right, these are some of the audio recordings that were played at the trial between the two people.
I feel that, you know, I want to say something to you, but it was okay. That's the promise you gave me a little while ago. I'm telling you, if you lost memory last night of kicking me out the door with the fucker hitting me,
Again,
and
sorry.
and your memory is gone from you kicking the bathroom door and hitting me in the skull as I was bent down.
I am
Wait,
sorry.
if you have those memory fucking, you know, divots.
I was upset. There was a lot going on, and I was on an Ambien. Like, why are you obsessing over the fact that I can't remember it the way you remembered it? I said I was sorry. I didn't deny it.
I'm not talking about that. What I want. It's not to get you mad. It's just to get out of a bad situation while it's happening before it gets worse. In Australia, when we had the big fight where I lost the tip of my finger, at least.
Yeah, because there was a time where she threw a glass bottle at him and it shattered at the top of his finger off. It's not really too nice, in my opinion. I'm scared.
5 bathrooms and 2 bedrooms I went to.
To avoid talking to me.
To escape
working out. That's
to escape
problem.
the fight.
You don't escape the fight. You escape the solution.
No.
You escape the solution.
No.
You escape figuring it out. We cannot work it out if you run away to the bathroom every time.
Listen to me. A boxer can't go 12 rounds without a fucking minute break.
I'm not giving you a minute break. You do it at minute 3 at the beginning of an argument.
No. There are rounds, man, and when it gets too fucking hairy, the ref splits them apart or whatever. But all I'm saying is, you can't have a solution if the argument just keeps mounting and mounting and mounting and mounting. I fucking go into the bathroom and sit on the floor. Bam, bam, bam. Here you come. I come out. Fight, crazy, escalated. I go split again. I go to another fucking bathroom or a bedroom or something. Knock, knock, knock. Bang, bang, bang. You kept coming to get me.
That's different. That's one does not negate the other. That's irrelevant. It's a complete non sequitur. Just because I've thrown pots and pans does not mean that you come and knock on the door. Just because there are vases does not mean that you come and knock on the door.
Really, I should just let you throw.
I'm not saying that. You're saying that. You're putting words in my mouth and then making non sequiturs.
I'm giving you a situation.
No, you're trying to justify how you don't or do come to the door based on whether I throw pots and pans. It's irrelevant.
I'm justifying how you seem to think that there's this cowardice in me that runs away and I don't fight for you.
And you're justifying that by saying I throw pots and pans? Okay, cool. Let's talk about everything you do wrong.
I'm not the one who... I said to Travis, I said to you, hey, tell Travis what just happened.
You told me to do it. You told me to. You said, go do that.
I said, no, tell him what just happened.
And I lied.
And that you punched me in
You're
the
right.
fucking thing. And
You figured it out.
And you said, no, fucking, I didn't. What the fuck are you talking about? And I watched you lie. And then
I didn't punch you, by the way. I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you. Babe, you're not punched.
Don't tell me what it feels like to be punched.
You know, you've been in a lot of fights. You've been around a long time. I know. Yeah.
No, when you fucking have a close
You didn't get punched. You got hit. I'm sorry I hit you like this, but I did not punch you. I did not fucking deck you. I fucking was hitting you. I don't know what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you.
How are you?
What am I supposed to do? Do this? I'm not sitting here bitching about it, am I? You are. That's the difference between me and you. You're a fucking baby.
Because you started...
You are such a baby! Grow the fuck up,
Did you
Johnny!
start physical fights?
I did start a physical fight.
Yeah, you did, so I had to get the fuck out of there.
Yes, you did. So you did the right thing, the big thing. You know what? You are admirable.
Those wishes
What else do you want to fucking say to me, you piece of shit? What else? You don't have anything else to say to me? Cool.
I wish you the best.
Hey, why don't you fuck yourself? Go suck your own dick. You're used to it. Oh, listen. I'll write you a check for the extra sip I took. Is that okay? Stingy old fucking piece of shit.
You're the one that brought it up.
You did. You said don't drink my wine. That's mine.
I didn't say that.
Oh, you didn't?
I said I didn't think you were looking for anymore.
Rewind. Rewind.
I feel like you defended me pretty good in front of your Rocky and your pop and your mom.
Hope one day you can teach your son how to be man. You're so good at it. I mean, you have to. It's not in you. You're a young man.
I've tried so fucking hard with you. I've tried so hard.
Get it away. Hey, if you ever learn this shit, crazy fucking something you're never gonna learn. I hope to God, Jack's stepfather teaches him more about being a man than even fucking your fucking left nut.
Hey, that's good. You gave me some shit about my kids, just like in London that you desired. Never again. Stay away. You don't exist. You will not be getting my words.
Mr. Depp, could you please describe to the jury what they just heard in that audio recording?
I don't know when. I don't know when that. If there's a date on that, but clearly there was some animosity and another clash, and misheard once again. Felt it necessary to bring my kids, my son into that argument and say that she hopes that my son's stepfather can teach him how to be a man, since I couldn't. And I believe she says something about more man in the stepfather than would be existing in my, I believe the term was left nut.
That's your voice making those moaning sounds. Sound like an animal in pain, right, Mr. Depp?
That's exactly what I said before. Yes, that is sounds like a pained animal.
Let's go to
my
250,
voice.
please. And then let's go to play 930, please.
You're talking about, I don't know.
I'm talking about Australia, the day that
Now
I
we're
chopped
talking
my
about
finger
Australia. Okay. Yeah.
You hear that? You said the day I chopped my finger off? Let's play it again. Let's
That'd be
do it again.
great, thank you.
Fight you're talking about, I don't know.
I'm talking about Australia, the day that I
Now we're
chopped
talking
my
about
finger off.
Australia. Okay.
Are you sure that's
Yeah, let's do it one more time.
what
You
I'm
actually
saying?
don't-
Or is it the day that I got my finger chopped off?
No, you say the day that I chopped my finger off. So let's play it one more time, because I think I left out the word that. It says the day that I chopped my finger off.
Fight you're talking about, I don't know.
I'm talking about Australia, the day that I
Now we're
chopped
talking
my
about
finger off.
Australia. Okay.
I'm not so sure. In fact, earlier you had quoted Jerry Judge from the airplane tape as calling me an asshole. Wait till the asshole falls asleep. And I'm positive that those words never left his mouth, because he would have, if I would have been making those noises in the bathroom, he would have ripped the hinges off.
Maybe they left his mouth when you were passed out, sir, respectfully. Let's listen to this one more time.
I don't think
I'll
he was.
sustain his strike. I'll sustain his argumentative, and I'll move to strike, all right?
Who is loudest is most responsible.
My 16-year-old daughter heard you saying shit that she would rather not hear.
By the way, because I'm louder.
Okay,
By the way, my family, my friends, everyone around me saw all the bruises and broken blood vessel under my eye, the bruises in my head, the missing chunks of hair, the split lip, the black eye, the swollen nose, all that shit, because you're stronger. It does not mean because they heard me that I'm somehow more responsible. It just means they heard me because I yell in a fight. You do provoke. I yell. It doesn't mean I'm more responsible or badder. However, I am exposed via that. The distance between Cafe Coronas and the house is significant, and I know that does not mean that they got an accurate representation of our fight. But if you told them stuff, great, cool. Thanks for exposing me. As I said to you before, don't do it again unless you want me to really also tell them my side of things. Because trust me, trust me, you know I have a different side than you. And if I show them pictures and stuff, I'm sure they'll have even more different side. And in fact, if I tell them even more stuff, they'll have an even more clear picture of what I think are both sides.
Maybe I should show them this and this from the mineral spirits
You can do whatever you want. You can do
candy through my
whatever.
face.
By the way, do it. I promise you, do it. Do whatever you
don't
want.
want me to do
No,
it.
you
I'll
do
never
whatever
speak to you again.
You do whatever you want.
pretty.
Thanks. You want to cut me somewhere?
Do I want to cut you?
Yeah, you want an arm, you want a chest? You want, where you want the scar? What do you want? Cut me.
Just don't cut your skin. Please do not cut your skin. Please don't.
Cut me.
Why would I do that?
It's easy.
Don't, please do not do that. Please do not do that. Please don't. Please don't cut yourself. You don't need to cut yourself.
I need to do what I want.
I know it hurts. I feel it.
Cut me. I don't know your mark.
Yeah.
There you are. They're gone. No, thank you. No, thank you. There's sperm on the pillows. Cut me. If you don't, I will. Cut me. Elliot Spitzer won't answer for this because he's a fucking conservative prick.
Don't. Please don't. Don't cut
Cut.
yourself. Please don't cut.
Cut.
Please don't cut yourself. Please, I know it
You
hurts.
do it.
I would never cut you.
Cut me.
I would never do that to you. Please don't.
Come on, pussy. Yeah, you fucking hate me. Come on. Cut me.
Tell me
My problem. How you want it?
No nerves.
Not on your arm. Not on your arm. Want to be cut? Do you? Just gonna go to court? Isn't it tough?
To me, it's really dull.
I have to use the sharp part.
Don't.
Don't you tell me.
Please don't do that. Put the knife down. Just put the fucking knife down. Don't do that. Do not do that, Johnny. Please,
I
you're
want to
gonna
look at you.
you're gonna hurt yourself. Please
I want
stop.
to look at you.
I know you're in pain. Wait. Stop. Please
There's a
don't.
way for the pain to go away.
It's not that. It doesn't make it go away, trust me.
You don't fucking know.
It do know. It doesn't make it go away.
Really?
Did it make it go away?
Yeah.
It did? Please don't do that, okay? There's love here. There's love here. There's love here. I wouldn't be here. I have no other reason to be here. The knife is really dull, and it would be the worst thing in the world to use to cut me with. It would be too painful and dull and dirty to use.
Yeah, that's the tip of the knife.
Right? It's pretty. No, please do not. Don't. You're gonna hurt yourself. Don't. It's okay. Please don't cut yourself. Please don't. Please stop. Please stop. Please. Don't hurt yourself, please.
No, I won't hurt myself at all.
Put your fucking cigarettes out on someone else. You fucking have consequences for your actions. That's it.
Shut up, fat ass.
Yeah, you got me there. I fucked up and cried in my bedroom after I had dumped you a fucking week prior. A fucking week prior after you beat the shit out of me. And then a week later you show up at my doorstep in my room saying you want to say goodbye. Okay, say goodbye.
Oh, I said it?
Yes, you did say it. I'll go to the text messages so that we're clear on the tape.
Yes, you said it before to me.
Okay. No doubt. But you did not say you're going to come over to say bye?
I made a huge mistake.
You didn't say that to me? You didn't say that to me?
Well, I won't do it again.
What's the mistake then? Did you not say you're coming over to say bye? It's early. It's quick. It's so not. You're not interested in not fighting. You are guaranteeing a fight.
When you do that, and I've told you this so many times, you guarantee if you were interested in not fighting, you would be respectful if you needed the space to make, you would be careful not to perpetuate the fight longer by saying, I need a few minutes, and then actually honoring that. How can I trust you that it will be a few minutes when you've done this in the past and disappeared for hours? You know, I got mad at you in Australia about this. I said, baby, I want to trust you. It's hard for me not to try and work it out. If you want to be the person that's like, I need to cool down, help me do that, give that to you. But I can't give it to you if you always let me down and fuck up and forget.
Because I gave you a time limit, because I said I'll be back in 3 minutes. So I'm just...
No, it's different.
If it happens...
It's different. You never...
If it happens, I'm just going to say, look, I need some time. That's it.
I'm telling you, that will make it worse.
No.
I guarantee you it will.
If you're fucking throwing punches...
I'm not talking about throwing punches. I'm talking about an argument.
Right. In arguments, you tend to throw punches.
I'm talking about arguments. I'm not talking about the times when it's got physical. I'm talking about arguments. I'm talking about arguments. I'm talking about arguments.
Yes, in our arguments.
Earlier and earlier and earlier. Now you split. You take off right away. You don't deal with the issue. You don't deal with the confrontation, and you split. Whether it is, and then you do it for an undeterminate amount of time. You do it without actually respecting. When you do give me a time, like say I need a few minutes, you never.
Do you understand why 10 minutes downstairs didn't seem real?
I don't care.
Did you hear what I said?
I don't care. I don't care.
Dude.
There's plenty of things you've done, plenty of things you've fucking done that were absolute fucking lies.
I didn't
and I
ever-
didn't fuck with you about it. So anyway, I'm leaving. So I'll see you in a bit.
Is that what matters?
Your lies?
Is this what matters to you, your party?
Your lies matter to me.
I never lied to you. And what we're talking about tonight is what? Who are you? Why? Why are you doing this?
I'm leaving. I'll be back.
Why? What is it that is so important always to run away to? Why?
It's a runaway, yeah. I run because I'm a cop.
Why don't you stay? You asked me once not to leave, and I'm asking you. So why every 5 seconds do I get, I'm leaving? Because there's a fucking movie party I gotta go to. I have never prioritized you behind that. And you, of all people, all this talk about not being that guy, you have done nothing but over the last 2 days but tell me that your movie parties were more important, including the night before last. When I said to you the same thing, stay. And today you apologize, said I love you, I'm so sorry, and then today it takes you 2 seconds. It takes you 20 seconds at most to go, fuck that, I hate you, I don't want to be with you, goodbye, I'm leaving, I'm running away, but I'm not running, I'm walking away.
Well, one thing is for sure, I don't want to be with you. I don't. I really don't.
Then if you don't want to be with me in life,
Goodbye.
then you need to actually do it. You need to actually take off your ring and forget that 5 hours ago you said the opposite. Otherwise, you can't keep throwing that around. You can't keep saying to me that this is something you care about. Is that what it's worth to you?
Yeah. Yeah. For you, from all this bitching, from all these rules, all these...
Rules? Because I asked you to stay?
Because
Because I asked you to stay.
No, because you're a fucking
What was
party.
it? What was it when you asked me to
Because you're a
stay?
pain in the ass.
What was it when you asked me
I
to
can't
stay?
stand it, no.
What was it when you asked me to stay? In Australia, you said you promised me not to leave. You said you promised me not to leave. What did I do?
I thought you would change.
What did I do?
Not change.
What did I do?
Not change.
Did I stay or did I leave?
You changed.
Did I stay or did I leave?
You stayed and you didn't change and you were a fucking
I stayed.
pain in the ass and you were a cunt.
So I stayed. And I've been a cunt ever since, which is why you told me
Pretty
about every other day how you couldn't imagine your life without me, including today. So,
When
which
you
guy,
cried-
does that seem normal to you?
when you
Does that
cried-
seem normal to you? The guy, you told me tonight that you couldn't imagine your life without me, and now you're throwing your ring on the ground. Does that seem normal?
Let's have you tell me.
That seems sober? You seem normal?
The definition of normal. You.
Does that seem normal?
You.
Does that seem normal to you?
Borderline personality disorder.
I'm borderline personality disorder now.
Without question.
When I've been consistent all night saying, don't go, don't fuck this all up. I'm not fighting with you anymore. I've been saying this to you the whole night. I'm really sorry we disagreed. You're not perfect. I said this 2 hours ago. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect.
I love you.
But we don't have to do this every time we disagree.
No. No, we don't. We do.
Please.
We do.
Please.
Come here.
And you have
Please come here.
insulted.
Please come here. I'm not insulting you. I have not been insulting you. I love you. Johnny, what do you need me to do? I love you. Stop.
I'll smack me on the ear again.
I love you.
I'll smack my ear again. So it fucking resounds in my fucking cranium. You like that? Oh? What you said? No. I don't love you that much. No, I don't. I do not love you that much. To kill with myself? No. I do not. I will not kill with myself. And you want me to fucking be some kind of cursed goddamn parrot or a fucking weird frenzied dog? No, I won't be it. You know?
Frenzied dog? I'm trying to talk to
Or your goddamn fucking lover, Tasia Fantasia. I'm not gonna be that shit, man.
Baby, stop.
No, I don't want to be with you. If these are the fucking rules, fuck that.
You're making this okay. You're doing this okay.
Oh my God.
No one's fighting me.
I'm making this up. Really? That, above all else, is an insult.
Saw anything. I just don't remember.
And you don't remember.
Alright, this part was hilarious. It was very funny. And his dude in his car, this was hysterical. And yeah, Liberty and chat, those are some of the recordings between them, both of them. It is very sad, Liberty, and I don't think either of them were the best examples for citizens in those clips. Yeah, and play this one more clip and I'll be done for the night. But yeah, so this is, and we'll be continuing Liberty to do this over time and see the different parts of the trial. And thank you, Liberty, for being open and telling us your opinion about the situation, what you think about it. And I appreciate you being here in our chat, being cool and saying y'all's opinions too. It's a very great discussion. This is quite a funny clip right here.
Seeing anything, right? But do you remember even looking?
I remember. I'm really sorry, but I remember. I gotta tell the whole story how they got there. Before they went and get the keys. They come down. They say somebody tried to get into my unit. There's scratches on my door. And like, I'm really sorry, but who will think is gonna get into your unit because they saw some scratches on the door, like what, 4 inches above the door, because the dog was scratching the door, was trying to get in, and they thought about someone trying to break into their unit. I said, in my head, I was like, you think someone's trying to get into your unit? There's scratches like 4 inches above the floor on your door. That was the dog trying to get into the unit. And they were so afraid. Oh, somebody's trying to get into my unit. It's like, oh, come on, really? And I actually went. They asked me to go inside the unit just to check room by room to make sure no one was there. So I did that. That's correct. We don't have cameras in the videos. Sorry, we don't have cameras at the hallway. We don't have cameras on the hallway.
I'm gonna
4 inches above the door, because the dog was scratching the door, was trying to get in, and they thought about someone trying to break into their unit. I said, in my head, I was like, you think someone's trying to get into your unit? There's scratches like 4 inches above the floor on your door. That was the dog trying to get into the unit. And they were so afraid. Oh, somebody's trying to get into my unit. It's like, oh, come on, really? And I actually went. They asked me to go inside the unit just to check room by room to make sure no one was there. So I did that. That's correct. We don't have cameras in the videos. Sorry, we don't have cameras at the hallway. We don't have cameras on the hallway.
I'm going to show you what has been marked as Romero Exhibit Number 1. It's a deposition that was taken of you on July, back at that time, 2 months after the incident.
Yes, I remember, because like I say, I always make eye contact with someone I'm talking to, but I'm not looking to find something like oh, your makeup's wrong, you haven't have changed your eyebrows, or your eyelashes are not even, or I'm not looking for anything. I'm just looking at their eyes, and I'm not looking for anything else. But if I see something, I probably will remember. May 24th?
Yes.
Yep, that's Tuesday.
But in fact, you don't recall seeing Amber Heard on May 24th, correct?
I don't remember. I don't even remember what I got for breakfast.
Okay. Well, let's pull up exhibit number 1. Let's stay on page 17. That's a good place. And is that for the Action Property Management Company?
That's correct.
How long have you been employed at the Eastern Columbia building?
Approximately 13 years.
And could you please describe what kind of work you do for the Eastern Columbia building?
Most of it is just access control, and I deal with a lot of residents regarding their packages and food deliveries.
Okay. And have you done that pretty much the whole 10 years?
That's correct.
I'm going to take you back to 2015 and 2016 for a moment. How many people would you say would go through the building on any particular day in that time? I'm talking tenants and visitors.
I cannot say a number because there's 147 units in the building, and there are visitors, guests, friends. Actually, we used to send delivery people out. We don't send it anymore because of the COVID. But I cannot tell you a number. There's thousands of people probably.
Have you ever met Johnny Depp?
I saw him a couple of times.
Okay. Do you remember what Mr. Depp was wearing on any of those occasions?
Nope.
Do you remember what jewelry he had on?
Nope.
Do you remember what headgear he was wearing? If he was wearing a scarf or a hat?
No.
Do you remember whether Mr. Depp was wearing any makeup or eyeliner?
Nope, I don't remember. Nope.
You couldn't tell me one way or the other, right?
No.
Do you know whether Mr. Depp had ever been physically violent with Amber Heard? And by this, I mean hitting, punching, throwing objects at her, kicking her, headbutting her. Do you know one way or the other whether Mr. Depp ever did that to me?
I saw anything. I don't remember.
That's a good place. And is that for the Action Property Management Company?
I saw anything. I just don't remember.
Page 17, that's a good. You couldn't tell me one way or the other, right?
No.
Would you be able to say whether Amber Heard had on blush or powder on any given day?
No.
Would you be able to say whether Amber Heard had any mascara or eyeliner on any given day?
No.
How about eyebrow pencil or lip pencil?
No.
Do you have any memories of Amber Heard wearing a particular type of makeup with a type of outfit?
No.
If you were asked to describe any characteristics of Amber Heard from 2 days earlier without knowing you were going to be asked, would you be able to testify to any of those, what she was wearing, what her makeup was, what her hairstyle was?
No, I probably won't remember.
When is the first time that you recall anyone saying anything to you about the police being called at the EC building because of a domestic dispute between Mr. Depp and Amber Heard?
Well, to answer your question, whatever happened, it happened on a Saturday. I don't work Saturday. When I got there on Monday, they asked me, "Oh, you heard what happened?" And I said, "No, what happened?" So that's how I find out. Then I went to the cameras and see what was going on. And as soon as I saw Johnny Depp on the camera on the elevator, just walking back and forward on the camera in the elevator, I said, "Okay, I know that was Tim," and that's all I knew. But I was not there on that Saturday when that happened. I believe that whatever that happened, they say it happened, and when they call the police, I believe it was on a Saturday, and I was not there.
Okay. Do you recall who told you that on that Monday following the Saturday?
Okay, Don, as a matter of fact, I think it was one of the residents that they approached to me, and they said there was a lot of noise because the person was working out on the gym that's next to the penthouse. They heard a bunch of noise, and that's it. And that's why I checked the camera. And when I looked at the cameras and I saw Johnny, like I said, was just walking back and forward in the elevator, and I said, like, okay, all right, okay, no, I'll try to figure it out. And I didn't say anything more. I turned off the camera, and that's it.
So the first part of that Somebody was working out and heard noise?
Someone was working out on the gym and heard the noise, to hear a lot of noise on the hallway. Because it's really rare to hear anything because most of the time, the penthouse level is really quiet.
Okay. Do you remember who the person was in the gym that heard a lot of noise in the penthouse that night?
That's correct. I do remember the person.
Who is it?
I remember the person. It's been a resident in the building for a long time. I just don't remember. I don't remember her name.
And where is the gym in comparison to the penthouse that's owned by Mr. Depp?
Like I said, Johnny Depp owns all the penthouse on below the clock. The gym of the Eastern Columbia building is just in front of one of the penthouses. You actually can see it through the window.
You can see the gym through a window of the penthouse, or you can see the penthouse through a window of the gym?
You can see the gym through one of the windows to the penthouse, and it has a patio that leads to the gym. Penthouse has a patio to lead to the gym.
Okay. And this tenant, if you think of her name while you're, even if we're asking other questions, please let me know. This tenant, this is a resident there, right, that saw this?
Yeah, I believe her name is Shauna.
And so she told you she heard a lot of noise?
That's correct.
Did she describe anything, voices, any objects, anything like that?
No, she just said it was a noise. Not just noise. And she was just surprised because, like I said, it's always really quiet.
Okay. And so she wanted to know what happened. And so you went to the video cameras to look at video. How did you know when to look for them?
Because she got the time. She got the time that she was working out. That's what I figured out to track the time on the camera and looked. And then when as soon as I saw, like I said, Johnny Depp walking back and forth in the elevator, I turned off the camera and I figured out, okay, this is what happened. I figured out if we wanted to together, so I was okay.
When you said you figured out what happened after you saw Johnny Depp in the elevator, what did you figure out had happened?
I figured out that's why they called the cops, the police.
Because why?
Because of the noise that was on the penthouse level.
Mr. Romero, I'm going to ask you to look at, this is a video clip marked as Romero Exhibit number 8. It shows a date and time stamp near the bottom. Do you recognize this as the elevator at ECB building?
That's correct.
Mr. Romero, you're nodding. Is this the video that you remember looking at after Shauna told you that she heard the noise that night?
That's correct.
And that's Mr. Depp?
Correct.
Do you recognize the other two men in the elevator?
I recognize the guy in front of the elevator button. That's his personal bodyguard. The other guy, I've seen him before, but I never interact with him. If I did, I don't remember.
You said he looked agitated?
Yeah, he looked agitated. Like he was walking back and forward. He took his jacket. His body language was different than before. Most of the time, he's really calm. He's just like really happy person. Like, this is the first time I saw him like that.
And then you go to the next, so then you say Wednesday, May 25th. At approximately 10:30, Ms. Heard walked into the lobby accompanied by Ms. Raquel Pennington. That's the person you called Rocky earlier. Do you remember her?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And you said that Ms. Hurd approached you to ask you for the key to her unit, which you gave. And you said we did not discuss anything else at that time.
Correct.
Ms. Hurd stood approximately 3 feet away from you. I did not notice any bruises, cuts, swelling, red marks, or any other injuries of any kind on Ms. Hurd's face. Do you see that?
Correct.
Okay. But you weren't looking for bruises, cuts, swelling, red marks, or any other injuries on Ms. Hurd's face that night, were you?
I was not looking for any marks or bruises or anything, but something like that, it will be really noticeable. But I guess, I wasn't not looking. I was more focusing on what my job duties was, like getting the key, and also this, I gave him the key, and they were talking about, I told her, you know what, your dog, I was talking with Raquel because her dog got out of her unit. And that was one of my concerns. I was told, you know what, I saw your dog was outside. You didn't want me to get too close to it. So it's still out there. On the penthouse area, the dog will be fine because it's not, like I said, it's always really quiet. And Mr. Depp owns everything up there, so it'll be fine. So that was one of my concerns. That was my job, and I was just taking care of that. I was not trying to say, oh, let me see your face. No.
So, and that's where I'm going to follow up. Do you remember what Ms. Hurd was wearing that night?
No.
Do you remember whether she was dressed up?
No.
Do you remember where she was coming from, that she was coming home at 10:30 at night with his penny?
No, I don't remember. They didn't mention to me. She was on the phone. She was with Raquel in front of me. We were talking about it, and then she left to the lobby where she was still on the phone.
So
I was focusing more on Raquel because I was telling about her dog.
Okay. Do you remember what hairstyle Ms. Hurd had that night?
No.
Do you know what type of makeup Amber Hurd was wearing that night?
No.
Can you tell me whether she was wearing concealer or foundation?
No.
Could you tell me whether she was wearing blush?
No.
Could you tell me whether she was wearing any kind of eye makeup?
No.
So who wrote the sentence, I did not notice any bruises, cuts, swelling, red marks, or any other injuries of any kind in Ms. Hurd's face?
I'm pretty sure if I would have said something like that, I would have said something.
Mr. Romero,
I didn't saw any marks or bruises on her face. I don't recall. Just don't saw anything. She was just standing in front of me.
I'm asking specifically, I did not notice any bruises, cuts, swelling, red marks, or any other injuries of any kind to Ms. Hurd's face. Who wrote that?
That's what I said. I didn't saw any marks or bruises on her face. That's what I said. But they asked me if I remember seeing anything, and so I just don't recall seeing any marks or bruises because she was just standing in front of me. I just don't remember seeing anything. Just don't remember. If I would have been so obvious, like someone had like a black eye, I would have like, whoa, I would have seen that and I would have remembered because it's something that you will see. Like so noticeable, like you will remember. But when I was there talking to her, she was like 3 feet away from me. She was right in front of me. I just don't remember seeing any marks, bruises, or anything.
But you don't know whether she was wearing makeup to cover it, do you?
No, I don't know. No. She was wearing any makeup to cover it, probably. You will cover any bruise, but you cannot cover the swelling.
Were you looking for swelling?
No. Like I said, I was not looking for anything.
In fact, you were spending more time talking to Rocky about her dog, were you not?
That's correct, but I gotta have it. When I'm talking to someone, I look into their eyes. And when I was talking to Amber and Rocky, I always look into their eyes. Okay. And I would notice like any swelling or bruise. Like I said, I would notice.
Is it fair to say, Mr. Romero, that you can't say that Amber Hurd had injuries or did not have injuries that day on the 25th?
I don't remember. Okay. And like I said, I would probably remember the swelling, but I didn't saw anything. Just don't remember.
And you don't remember seeing anything, right? But do you remember even looking?
I remember. I'm really sorry, but I remember. I gotta tell the whole story how they got there. Before they went and get the keys. They come down. They say somebody tried to get into my unit. There's scratches on my door. And like, I'm really sorry, but who will think is gonna get into your unit because they saw some scratches on the door, like 4 inches above the door because the dog was scratching the door, was trying to get in, and they thought about someone trying to break into the unit. I said, in my head, I was like, you think someone's trying to get into your unit? There's scratches like 4 inches above the floor on your door. That was the dog trying to get into the unit. They were so afraid. Oh, someone's trying to get into my unit. They're like, oh, come on, really? And I actually went. They asked me to go inside the unit just to check room by room to make sure no one was there. So I did that. It's part of my job, make sure they're safe. But I didn't understand why they want me to do that. I don't know. Right? I just so stressed out because of this. I just don't want to deal with this anymore. I'm tired. I don't want to deal with this court case. Everybody got problems, and I don't want to deal with this no more. I don't want to put this with any more words.
The interaction you just testified about with Amber Heard and Rocky Pennington, and talking about the dog and going up and checking out the penthouse, none of that was on video footage, correct?
That's correct. We don't have cameras in the videos. We don't have cameras at the hallway. We don't have cameras on the hallway.
I'm going to show you what has been marked as Romero Exhibit Number 1. It's a deposition that was taken of you on July 19, 2016. Now, that's approximately 2 months after the May 21, 2016 incident. Do you recall giving that deposition?
16, probably I did. I just don't remember.
Okay. I'm going to take you to page 35. A little bit more. When you were asked, this is the same incident that you're talking about now, okay? And it's talking about, okay, you spoke with Amber at the front desk, later saw her in the lobby, later went upstairs with her. It says the question at line 6. I just want to go back for a second here. You said several times in answer to my questions that you didn't recall seeing any marks on Amber's face. When you say you didn't recall seeing any of those marks, did you mean that you didn't see any marks on her face? And your answer then was, I say that because when I saw Amber, I was not looking to see anything on her face. I was not looking to see anything. Do you recall giving that testimony under oath back at that time, 2 months after the incident?
Yes, I remember. Because like I said, I always make eye contact with someone that I'm talking to, but I'm not looking to find something like oh, your makeup's wrong, you haven't have to change your eyebrows, or your eyelashes are not even, or I'm not looking for anything. I'm just looking at their eyes, and I'm not looking for anything else. But if I see something, I will probably remember.
If you saw something, right?
Yeah, I would see, like if she had a swollen, like if she was wearing makeup, probably would have been seeing the swollen. I probably would remember that. But I was not looking for anything. I was like, oh, you know.
How swollen was Amber on the 25th of May? How swollen was her cheek?
Well, according to the pictures I've been seeing right now that you're showing me, it was pretty swollen. I probably will remember that.
How many days later did you see her from that swelling?
That was on a Wednesday. That was from Saturday to Wednesday.
Right. How many days? Would it be fair to say that you cannot testify one way or the other whether Amber Heard was domestically abused by Johnny Depp on May 21, 2016?
I cannot say that. I would not agree to testify against anyone of domestic violence because I was not there. I didn't see anything. I didn't hear anything. I was not there. I was never there. I was probably hundreds of miles away and got no idea what happened that day.
And do you remember that there was pictures of wine, a glass of wine and bottle of wine stained on the floor outside of in the hallway of the penthouse from May 21st, 2016?
I remember talking to Mark. I'm not going to say it was wine.
All right. Well,
I'm not an expert.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next portion of this deposition contains questions asked by counsel for Mr. Depp.
You sit here today. When you saw her at the front desk on March 25th, you didn't see any bruising, correct?
Correct.
And you didn't see that, correct?
That's correct. I didn't see any marks or bruises.
You didn't see any swelling either, did you, Mr. Romero?
That's correct. No swelling at all.
And she was only 3 or 4 feet away from you, correct?
Correct.
And you were looking right into her face squarely, correct?
Correct.
And the lighting was good at the front desk, correct?
Objection?
Correct.
It was so good that had she had any bruises, swelling, or marks on her face, you would have noticed that, correct?
That's correct.
And then later that same day, and you testified to this already today, later that same day, you went up the elevator with Ms. Hurd and Ms. Pennington in connection with their request for you to check the penthouse, correct?
That's correct.
And during that entire period of time, taking them up to the penthouse, walking through the penthouse, and then finally you leaving and going back to your desk, you looked at Ms. Hurd during that time period, correct?
That's correct.
And you looked her in the face, squarely in the face, correct?
Correct.
And you didn't notice any swelling, correct?
Correct.
I'm sorry?
Correct. I didn't saw anything.
Did you see any swelling?
Objection?
No.
Did you see any bruises?
Nope.
Did you see any marks on her face of any kind?
No marks at all.
And again, just to repeat, when you were fronted to looking her in the face, did you see any swelling on her face?
Nope.
See any bruises on her?
Nope.
Did you see any marks of any kind on her face?
No marks at all.
And how was the light down when you were at the reception and you were looking at her and didn't see any of this? How was the lighting?
The lighting is actually pretty good. It's not dark at all. She was 6 feet apart. Approximately 3 to 4 feet apart.
Were you looking her square in the face?
Correct.
Okay. And when you were up in the penthouse and you were looking her square in the face, how far apart were you from her then?
We actually were pretty close to each other. She was probably just next to me. She was telling me, like, go into this room, so I need to pass right in front of her.
And do you recall seeing any bruises, swelling, redness, or any marks on Miss Hurd's face on May 24th, 2016?
I don't see anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, the remainder of this deposition of this witness contains questions by counsel for Ms. Hurd.
I'm going to talk a little bit about the video clips that Mr. Depp's attorney showed you. I'm going to ask you, first of all, Mr. Presidio showed you a number of video clips from May 24th. Do you recall that?
May 24th?
Yes.
Yep, that's Tuesday.
But in fact, you don't recall seeing Amber Heard on May 24th, correct?
I don't remember. I don't even remember what I got for breakfast.
Okay. Well, let's pull up exhibit number 1. Let's stay on page 17. That's a good place. This is your deposition from July 19, 2016. Do you recall that?
19? Yeah.
Okay. And that's...
That was 3 in the morning.
Okay. And it said here, did you work, so Saturday was the 21st. Did you work that day? No. Did you work Sunday, May 22nd? No. Did you work May 23rd? Yes. On May 23rd while you were working, did you see Amber at any time? I don't recall seeing her. Question, did you work on Tuesday, May 24th? Yes, I did. And on Tuesday, May 24th, at any time did you see Amber? I don't recall seeing her. Do you remember that being your testimony 2 months after the events?
Yeah. Okay. I just don't recall. I just don't remember.
Okay. And then while we're here, now, Mr. Presidio had you go through a number of video clips and asked you a bunch of questions about whether you saw swelling, whether you saw red marks, whether you saw all kinds of other things. But in fact, I'm going to ask you, and tell me if you need me to bring up the videos and replay them. Can you tell me what type of makeup Amber Heard was wearing in any of those videos?
No, I can't tell you. I didn't even know she was wearing any lipstick.
Can you tell me?
Know.
Can you tell me whether Amber Heard was wearing concealer in any of those videos?
No.
Can you tell me whether Amber Heard was wearing any foundation in any of those videos?
No, I can't tell you.
Can you tell me whether Amber Heard was wearing any blush in any of those videos?
No.
Can you tell me whether Amber Heard was wearing any powder in any of those videos?
No, but she looks really pale.
Well, do you know what shade of concealer or foundation or powder Ms. Heard uses or used at that time?
No.
Okay. So you don't know whether Ms. Heard was wearing makeup in every one of those video clips, correct?
Correct.
I'm going to try to move along. So the incident was May 21st, 2016. You saw her the night of May 25th, correct?
Correct.
You said that you saw Amber Heard hundreds of times while she was there. Amber Heard treat you well, and was she friendly to you in each of these hundreds of times?
Yes. I'm not going to say no because she was really always nice.
All right, this is my last.
Be nice.
All right, this is my last question. You testified in response to Mr. Presidio's questions that you testified truthfully in all of these occasions. Did you testify truthfully to everything that you testified in response to my questions today?
That's correct.
All right.
I did.
All right, it's a good time to break for lunch. We'll just
move along. So the incident was May 21st, 2016. You saw her the night of May 25th, correct?
Correct.
You said you saw Amber Heard hundreds of times while she was there. Amber Heard treat you well, and was she friendly to you in each of these hundreds of times?
Yes. I'm not going to say no because she was really always nice.
All right, this is my last.
Be nice.
All right, this is my last question. You testified in response to Mr. Presidio's questions that you testified truthfully in all of these occasions. Did you testify truthfully to everything that you testified in response to my questions today?
That's correct.
All right.
I did.
all right. It's a good time to break for lunch. We'll just break a little early, so just don't talk to anybody, don't do any outside research, and we'll see you at 2.
Move along. So move along. So the incident move along. So the incident was May 21st, 2016. You saw her the night of May 20th.
He was vaping. Dude, he just starts vaping. Like, just out for no reason.
Move along. So the move along. So the incident was May 21st, 2016. You saw her the night of May 25th, correct?
Correct.
You said you saw Amber Heard hundreds of times while she was there. Amber Heard treat you well, and was she friendly to you in each of these hundreds of times? Long.
He starts vaping. He had a vape, and Judge Penny's was priceless. Her reaction to it.
So the incident was May 21st, 2016. You saw her the night of May 25th, correct?
Correct.
You said you saw Amber Heard hundreds of times while she was there. Amber Heard treat you well, and was she friendly to you in each of these hundreds of times?
Yes. I'm not going to say no because she was really always nice.
All right, this is my last.
Be nice.
All right, this is my last question. You testified in response to Mr. Presidio's questions that you testified truthfully in all of these occasions. Did you testify truthfully to everything that you testified in response to my questions today?
That's correct.
All right.
I did.
All right. It's a good time to break for lunch. We'll just break a little early, so just don't talk to anybody, don't do any outside research, and we'll see you at 2 o'clock, okay? Thank you. All right. That was the first. I'm sorry.
I will say, Your Honor, that is the most bizarre deposition.
Okay, all right. I was gonna say, I've just never seen that before. I've seen a lot of things, but I've just never seen that.
Driving that.
Yeah, that did it. All right, so we will come back at 2.
She said in one part of it that she doesn't get paid enough to do her job. That was hilarious. Yeah. Scared. All right. Now, there are some different things that must be done. All right. Now, this is the stopping point for tonight, and we'll pick up more tomorrow. And also, Liberty, I appreciate your questions, and you watching this and giving your commentary about what you think. And there's much, much more to see. And we'll show you as time persists over time. You'll see more. And they didn't hold his attention. He was over it. Yeah. Yeah, that dude was awesome. A complete gold. Yeah, he was funny, didn't realize he was funny. He certainly did excellent. And he's like a genuine person. That's another thing. He's a genuine person. All right, you're welcome, Liberty. Yeah, it's always good because I think it's good to challenge each other, have different, points of view, and construct criticism back and forth. I think that's a healthy environment. There's no hierarchy. People just say their thoughts back and forth about different things. Right. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, you see some recordings. You see Johnny and Amber both fighting the battle of the gods, so to speak, and you see the different witnesses, what they saw, what they didn't see, and yeah. As I said, over time we'll see much more of this, and I thank you all for being here. We had a great stream. It wouldn't be the same without all of you. And yeah, shout out to you, Eagle, for being here. You did a very good job of being here with us, and everybody else as well. Thank you, G and Caraville, Anna, and Miranda, and everybody else. Shecky, all the people that are lurking and chilling with us. And also that were here earlier but had to leave for whatever reason. So everybody, have a very good, blessed evening. Thank you, and peace.